Twitch for me.
I need that URL.
Oh, for the video thing. Oh, we're here.
I'm getting an ad. Oh, it's for Stadia.
Oh. Hang on.
We got Cyberpunk 2070. It's like too late. I've already got it.
Oh wait, no, it's not Stadia. Oh, it's Xfinity.
Okay. Ooh, that's worse.
Oh yeah, I saw that ad
hit me
earlier.
with that URL.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna be able to watch in real time if he can't have that URL.
Oh, the one. Oh, okay.
Hang on. We're doing like a slightly weird setup tonight, chat. So we're gonna be exploring the Minecraft server. And I was thinking about this earlier. So right now I'm in like op mode so I can fly. Should we set it up so I could just walk, or should I be able to fly still?
No, flying's probably good.
Yeah, but in the interest of 3.5 hours.
Do you think we're gonna make it 3.5 hours? Because I have my doubts.
Well, I think we should make some attempts.
Yeah, I figure if we can just kind of chat. This is gonna be a very casual stream, chat.
Here, let's play it like this. I'm sure that there's something toward the spawn, right? So let's just see what's there. And if there's a bunch of nothing, then you fly.
That map at the spawn should give us an idea of where stuff is too. Also, I'm putting this into our group chat just so I remember where it is. But we can actually, the moderators can export video from our Twitch channel. We were talking about that earlier. We should start doing that again. Maybe have the editors work on that when they're low on stuff.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Or just delegate it to somebody in the community who is really bored.
Hey, okay, I got video.
Alright, we're starting, chat. Join server. I have not been on here at all since I built the spawn area. Oh, there's actually a couple little houses pretty close by. Someone built some little stone huts.
Yeah, I didn't think you'd have to move very far. Now, I wonder if anybody has labeled their stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I think some people have. I've seen a few in the forum when I've been reading the thread.
When we were talking earlier about, like, you know, totally reconfiguring the server and everything was on fire, I'm pretty sure the map didn't change.
By the way, Wendell, since it's not your audio, it's pretty rough.
Oh.
This is the spawn area. I built a map. Actually, let's see how much that's filled out since, Oh, people must have built pretty far out. Unless this doesn't update. I wonder if this doesn't update because it doesn't show the other buildings.
Is that more better?
Yeah, it's distant again, but I think I prefer that. We'll see what the chat thinks.
Oh, there's a ton of buildings around here.
Mia was like, one screen with 3 voices? Yes. We would have it no other way.
Oh, I have to be careful. I can't just bust stuff.
Yeah, fuck them.
I'm not gonna do that.
The only complaints we've had the last little bit is that it is a little glitchy around spawn, but after that it's fine.
I imagine that maybe just because there's so much stuff here. Oh, someone has an Enderman over here, or a Ender Pig, or whatever.
What was that car?
Piglin.
In the Mercedes back. It was some kind of Mercedes, I think.
Oh, they've got a farm up here.
I really cleared it.
It was 100 bits.
I don't know if this spawned in or if this was like he just trapped it here.
Okay, so let's try to figure out who was responsible for this, Chris. So you're just like running in here, just going crazy. Is there some signs or?
No, it's just there's like random redstone. I'm assuming this might become a farming implement of some sort, maybe, but I'm not sure. Because you can make it looks like they're maybe in the middle of making like a chicken farm of some sort.
This is they're doing some impressive things in terms of gameplay mechanics. I'm gonna guess this building does not impress you.
Not especially, but it's also early in the construction, and if they build up some cool redstone stuff around it, like for the farms and all, that would be cool. I do like the use of the bamboo.
How does that unrefined cobblestone make you feel?
Rage, just insane rage. No, it's a fine starter material. And it's also nice against creepers. It won't explode. This is probably a mine down here.
The starter being the opposite word.
Oh, they've got a thing down here. Hey, this is not lit up efficiently to keep them from spawning. So they're gonna come back and there's gonna be like 20 skeletons in their base.
Oh, well,
I think this is an existing cave system. I'm gonna get lost. What have they done over here? Oh. Oh, alright.
Oh, it's like a little spider hole you can escape if the feds come.
When they find out how many skeletons they're keeping in the basement and they come to raid. Alright. First house. It's people joining the server.
Yeah, we don't know whose this was. You got to label your shit, guys. Let's try
Yeah,
to like
I'm looking
don't
for
radiate. Don't radiate too far from spawn because we got to keep track.
Yeah, I'm staying around spawn. I don't see any names on this. This is clearly like mid-construction.
No, it's just an open plan.
This is a new block, I think, that was added with the Nether update. So that means they went to the Nether just to get this block.
How you?
We really... What? Go ahead.
Are you going to award some points for that?
But yeah, that's dedication that they're going down into the Nether to mine this. I also kind of like the dark stone. I don't. This is not anything to do with this, but I like it better when it's been smoothed out, so it's not got the cobble texture. But I do like the color.
The openness is nice because of the mosquitoes this time of year.
Wouldn't that be the opposite?
I like that. Oh. Like I said, I think this one is also very much mid-construction because you can kind of tell from the way it is.
It's kind of a scary duck chamber down there. What's going on with that?
Probably had a chicken on his property and wanted to make sure they didn't escape, and then he started breeding them with seeds.
In a tiny hole.
A tiny little hole. It's a good way to get eggs to make like cakes and stuff too.
It's a good way to get salmonella in that dirty little hole.
Oh, and here we go. This one's got a sign. Build in process. Plex Zindu. Now this, I really like the material use here. Now it's still in progress, but like the really dark wood, I think that comes from the dark forest biome. I'm not sure where that would be on the map. I didn't see it when I was flying around. So that came from far away. It's exotic. And look at, they've done like the wood textures, very nice.
What's more valuable, the aesthetically pleasing dark wood or the harder to get nether material?
That's a good question. Because I like the aesthetics of the darker wood better. But, I mean, you have to go to the nether just to source that black stone.
These are the kind of questions you're going to have answers to, Chris.
I know. Look at them this, where it's like a screen. I wonder what they're planning to do here. I'll have to check on this again later. Will they put like ponds or something?
Yes, you literally have to. This
I
is
know.
something you have to do.
Okay. Do we want to go this way or do we want to go this way?
Okay, why don't you just circle the spawn? Where's the spawn?
The spawn, it's over
Oh,
here.
no, you might as well hit that one up on the hill there.
Okay. Look, let's check out your build first. Let's check out your house.
I think it's okay.
This is Ryan's house. This is it.
See, the thing is, I spend most of my time at the estate next door.
You just got like a little mine down here, and then
This
a
is
box.
just where I get my mail.
And then I think I put a sign next to your property. This
That's
is
my horse, too. You see my horse?
the house is shit. You should feel bad.
Your horse is amazing.
Someone else has built a little. This one's still clearly in progress as well. It's missing part of the floor.
Somebody's really creeping on my... Like, if I expanded to my full build area, I think there would be a conflict here.
I think that your build area extends out to like right here, because that's why I put the sign there. Because even as a mod, I think I can't destroy stuff in your claim.
I should build
Oh,
just
no, I
a
can't.
giant
Never mind.
wall. I should build a giant wall to ruin his view.
Yeah, let's look at the estate over here. Look, they got some banners. They're just plain brown, but you know, A for effort, because you have to actually have a loom for that.
There's no sign, though. No one wants to claim their property.
There might be one inside.
Is that a saw blade?
Yeah. There's in the villages now. The villages can have they have professions, and one of them has like a little stone cutter thing.
Would that do anything?
Oh, I can't use it because I'm not on his claim, but very nice. This stuff's expensive. I think it's not concrete, so this must come from the nether. This must be quartz.
Yeah, yes, I think you got him muted.
It's a lot of it.
Look at his skin. That is a cool skin.
Should we take into consideration at this point that people were clearly cloning things, and this guy's used a ton of resources?
Oh, what do they got down here? Why is there a bubble there? Oh, I know why. They've got magma at the bottom. Oh no. Oh wow.
It's some
Oh,
sort of
look at
water
this.
elevator. It's a
Oh,
water
They-
elevator, isn't it?
They floored the mine.
what hell is down here?
This is so much worse than the chicken hole.
Oh. Why did I come in here? How did... Oh, okay, I see. Oh, and there are farms over
King of the
here.
hill type thing going on there. You know what? Just let them out.
I won't do that. I'm not gonna ruin people's builds. Wow, is this all one person's, or is this like two people working together?
Now there is no two people working together. You have to figure out
Oh,
where
wow.
the prize goes. You can work that out with yourselves, but
Check that out.
we're not a King Solomon a video card in half.
This is useless to both of us now. This is gonna be this is gonna be cool when it's done, but having worked on big complicated roofs like this, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get this roofed and have it work. Anytime you have to do like a rounded shape, it'll look cool though.
And they don't have a lot of time to do it. Better get cloning.
Oh, I think because of the server issues, we were going to move the deadline out like a week. So he's got some more time.
That's a cool house though. That one's definitely top contender so far, along with that wood one.
What's the pink? Go back. What's the pink thing?
What's the pink what?
It was in the house though. There was something pink.
Oh, this?
Is that an enchanting thing?
Yeah, it's an enchanted helmet, and then they've got it on an armor stand.
Oh,
Look they're at the point in the game where they're just wasting iron on decorative objects.
yeah. Well, listen, when you clone items, it's nothing.
It looks good. It looks like they're maybe doing some redstone. I don't know what this does. I don't want to press it because I don't know like what their plan is for that, but
I hope it's pyrotechnics.
no, that is a thing. You can make a cannon in this game. I've never made one with redstone, so I'm not sure how it works. Why do they have so many chests outside? What's this thought? What's the thinking here?
Maybe that's something for you, with some snacks.
I see. I can't open their chests. Our anti-griefing's too good. I'm glad that people took advantage of these. I planted a bunch of these little shrubs around the spawn area because you can get berries off them to eat. And they also hurt you. I'm not in creative mode, or I'm not in survival mode. So you don't get like any damage when you walk through them, but they do slow you down. It's good base defense. If we were playing on a mean server.
So Meme calls those bribe chests.
Moose Air. Home base.
All right, so this one's properly labeled at least.
Yeah, I'm digging it. Oh, I like
That's
how they use the
respectable.
barrels. I can't open them, but there are barrels. I think barrels look really cool. They look a lot better than the default chests. They also will make villagers into fishermen. Oh, look, they've got a hopper system to sort their stuff. So they
course.
dump all their ore in there. Then it automatically gets smelted and then it gets thrown in a chest. It's smart.
That's as soon as I saw that, I knew that's what that was.
Yeah. You had to have mods to do that. You had to have like a tubing mod, but now they introduced hoppers into the game.
Oh, this guy's got the whole set of armor.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just wasting materials on armor at this point. I like how he's made like the spiral staircase, and you can tell he's still building within like his constraints, but I wonder if this was the primary structure. And
You
then
know, there's a house in town that's like that, where like the bed is just, it's got its own window area. Like it's the whole second floor of the house is just windows, and it's like, this is really weird. But they foiled the windows, so there's just aluminum foil on all the windows. They just,
That's a
it's
smart
a pretty
move.
big house.
That's a smart move, just having the bed in there and no other furniture. So that way, if you bring a girl home, it's awkward if she just stands there, so she'll sit on the bed. That'll
What?
save you like 4 steps.
What is this?
Are those are animals in there, isn't it?
Yeah, that's this is just a.
It's liquid cows.
Doesn't even make sense.
Is there a button somewhere? Oh, I
Are you gonna
can't.
try to blend them?
Well, I'm wondering if this is some sort of redstone implement to kill the cows quickly, because there's also a chest underneath it. But I don't see a button, and I don't think I could interact with it anyway, since I don't have permission to be in everyone's area, but... Interesting.
So far, we've seen a lot of horrors tonight.
Yeah, a lot of creative ways of farming mobs in this game. Well, they've got a horse too, and an ass. I don't know if you noticed, but at the spawn area, I put a donkey in the stable and called it the lounge.
Nice little, terrace garden here.
Yeah, I'm into it.
This one's a strong build. It doesn't, like, when you first came upon it, I thought it was just that first level. I wasn't impressed.
No, yeah, I like how they've done it. Yeah, it's a good area. I think eventually it'd be cool if they made this into a more dedicated bridge, but I see, in terms of like making it quicker to get over here, I see why they did this.
Well, okay. See, here's the thing, though, Krista. They've only got a certain number of blocks to work with.
Yeah.
Are you going to consider things outside their area?
I don't know.
That might not be fair because you don't know who did that.
Yeah, it's true. It could have been anyone.
Look at this. They've
There's
got
a highway.
system.
Yeah.
Did somebody dig a tunnel through the mountain?
I bet they're using
someone
this for
did.
slave trade.
There is a village near the spawn area. Wow. What's over here? Alright, we're gonna fly so that goes a little quicker. Oh, it's just the road system. Oh, what is... Oh. What? Oh, wow, this is all terraformed. So this wasn't here before. And this is the White House back lawn.
Oh, at this point, they're just flexing and building an entire structure around it.
Yeah, I think so.
That's risky though because
This
look
could be
look how they
destroyed.
patterned it. Yeah, someone could come in here and mess this up.
Yeah, so the thing with the Griefer, but you can build outside of your area if you want to, but it won't be protected. So like someone could theoretically come and destroy it. We don't condone that, and please don't do that, but it's the internet. We all know how it's gonna work. Have I been to this house?
This is the big nice. Oh no, no.
No, I've not. This is new. Yeah.
I'm
Is
sorry, I'm
there-
a few seconds behind.
There's no sign. Interesting use of the new stone blocks. Oh, I hear a cat. I like how they've kind of done the layering here. That looks good.
What would you say would be the purpose of this room?
Literally nothing. I don't even. Where do they keep their stuff? Oh, I guess they've got the 2 chests right now.
They're simple minimalists.
With a 4-story home. Okay, so then they hit a cave and then they stopped, it looks like. Huh. Alright.
That's not a good phrase to hear, chat.
Well, I mean, it's still early. Like, I'll have to look at this again a little later in the competition, but this looks like this one's still being worked on. Oh, like, this is a nice bridge.
But again, that's not part
That's
of the
not
property.
part of the actual property, no, but it looks cool. This is probably something like infrastructure that people are working on together, I'd imagine.
I feel like they're squandering their time here. All these public works projects.
This is a capitalist server. What's happening here? This is
Oh, you got like a little stealth house going on here.
yeah. I don't know if this is a house or there's
I don't know what that
a berry
is.
farm here. I don't know. Look, a spider jockey.
It seems like this is just somebody living real primitive.
Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't know if this is supposed to be a house eventually or. All right. Been to that one. Been to that one. Been to that one. Is this a monolith? Is that what that's supposed to be? Okay, we've been to this house too, and then they've got a little bridge leading up to it. I like how they've used, so I don't know who found bamboo, but I really like using bamboo in like the reeds and stuff along water. It looks nice. There's no sign here. Who knows where this monolith came from?
Is there an entrance?
I don't think it's a house. I think it's just a work. Oh wait, maybe.
Wait, it's only.
What's
Is it only
this?
3 blocks wide?
Oh, okay. There is a house. Oh, and there's an ender chest. Someone's already been to the end?
Oh, this is somebody who's just marking their badass underground lair,
Safety button.
which isn't stopping you from getting in it, which means this is not claimed.
That's true. This is a mob spawner, I think. Yeah, it's really dark in here. This is definitely a mob spawner. So this is where you pick up your stuff. I see what's happening here. I wonder if this is all like public good. Huh. Cool. Yeah, that's all. This is definitely. I see what they're doing there. That's cool. So, oh, there community zombie XP farm. It was labeled. I just didn't see the sign. Look at this. We wanted to pit the community against each other, and look, they're working together.
Yeah, well, they're going to be regretting that when somebody gets those fabulous prizes for a mediocre house.
I'm digging the roads. I love building roads between houses on Minecraft servers and like thinking about infrastructure like that. So it's really neat that people are doing that. This is nice.
Yeah. Every young girl dreams of that.
Well,
Having a
listen.
well-marked road.
No, building one in a virtual reality.
Oh, they've got a garage here. Uh-oh.
Let's see what kind of car they got.
Oh. Furnish. Ideas are welcome.
Oh, that's
Was he
that's
done
how we can know who they belong to. You have to just try to do something in it.
in their house? Yeah. I like that everyone's taking the stone cutters from the villagers.
That's not a garage.
It's a fake garage.
Yeah, look. There's-
This is
It's
just
all
dirt
about-
in here.
It's curb appeal. That's like the vinyl siding hiding
Ooh,
on 3
this is
sides
cool.
of all the houses.
We got the skylight, so they all get light. That's really nice. They have a beehive. Oh. I won't take your stuff, Chad. I'll just click on it.
Is vinyl siding on brick? I mean, no. Is vinyl siding on cinder block? Is that a thing? Do people do that?
I
It
bet
would-
they do. Somewhere.
It wouldn't
that's been
attach
done.
very well, would it?
I think it does because you just put little metal things on it and it just clips in.
I like how they've used the glass as a rail around the top here. That's nice. It's very modern. Oh, they've got a pool, a lap pool underneath here.
That's nice, but you never get any sunshine when you're in the pool.
That's a good point. They got a fire pit out here.
Fuck this house.
I think this is kind of cool. I like this. This is a unique
But
take.
they got a pool with no sun exposure. It's taking me out of it.
They've got
And the
an
fake
indoor
garage.
garden though.
I don't like the fake garage.
I wrecked your mom during the game. All right. There's another little cottage over here. Looks like. That's
Everybody's
it.
got to have like a little body of water. I guess that's functional though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you need the water sometimes for other things. Also, I think water just looks nice in this game. Though this is asymmetrical. Why? Why?
Oh, you're right.
Gigabuster.
What if they put something next to it to offset that though? That could still be okay.
They might have done that because they don't have enough mossy cobblestone yet. That's a hard thing to source sometimes.
Here's a guy who puts his bed next to all of his chests, so when he brings girls home, he's like, "Hey, look how much stuff I got." You want to see my diamonds?
You know what needs to be done here too to make this? I like the multicolor roof, but this looks. You have this one flat facade here. You got to bring
Yeah,
the steps out one more.
I think even they got to go even further than that. That whole like flat front face of that thing, that's hideous.
That looks like houses around here where they just try to save money on materials, so they just plaster random stuff on the front instead of actually
And
making it
think-
interesting.
Think about the drainage on this house.
Yeah. That's
Your
probably why they
basement is
have this
gonna-
puddle here.
You're gonna get a lot of moisture in the basement between that little reflection pool there, and you know that flat front face. They're gonna have problems. They're gonna have silverfish.
It is crazy the relationship with a house for like how much water problems the house has is directly proportional to how much of an overhang the roof has.
Oh. There's a monster stuck in there.
Maddox says, where do you go to the bathroom? I'm pretty sure it was that waiting pool out front.
Reflection pool.
This is cool.
What is this system of walkways going on there?
I think this all might go to one house. And then there's this house.
Oh.
This one's a separate one. I like this tower a lot, actually. This is a good use of trapdoors.
It doesn't. Like that's too small to be. You can't even get in there, right?
Well, you can get in there.
Oh, you can get one. Okay, there we go. Got
Yeah.
a little crow's nest up there. It's nice.
Yeah, and then it's attached to a primary structure, looks like, over here.
But this is not a home. This is just a lookout tower. A shrine, perhaps. Was that a sign down there?
Where?
Attached to the bottom of the house.
Oh, here. Yeah, it is, but there's nothing on it.
Right there. That thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Max 1220. I feel like there's a secret under this house.
Oh, this is a tiny house, Krista.
It is a tiny house. Oh, and they've got the bed in the loft.
Oh.
It's perfect.
Tiny house on purpose.
I
Yeah.
think so, because this is like classic tiny house.
Though I noticed, so there's a lever out here, and I'm not sure what that does. I wonder if that opens up something underneath. I've seen that in Minecraft tiny house. Oh, they've got the chimney. That's cute. Should put a an actual campfire. Oh, that's okay. It fixed it. Let's put an actual campfire on top of here so it gets the smoke. And then they've got the little stairway. That's nice. There's another house down here. This is inside of the archway from the road, I think. Wait, no. Where am I?
You're back.
Oh, okay, I
amongst the
see.
walkways.
Yeah, okay. So this is this theirs too?
Maybe that was just the servants.
Oh,
quarters.
here's Max. Oh, he's got a little micro farm. Oh, he's got red eyes.
He's really hitting every one of your bullet points.
Oh, valuables. I think they've got. Do they have a hopper system? No. Mom.
Max is all about efficiency of space.
Yeah, these are like. I don't know. I think that's kind of interesting.
There was another bed.
Oh wow, they've got
Another
a
bed up there.
rail system.
When I play Minecraft, I dig things out more than I have to, just for like my own personal comfort. And clearly, Max doesn't have any of that. Max is just like exactly what you need.
Oh, I can't hang on. See ya. Leads to a small station near spawn. Public goods. This server has more roadways and railways than the United States.
This is like the New Deal.
Here we go.
Long trip.
I love it. I love this kind of stuff.
But who do you give this?
Yeah, I
Do
know
you
this
give,
isn't this doesn't really give
Max
anyone
credit
credit.
for
I imagine
this?
this is a lot of people probably working together to make this. This is cool though.
But Max is clearly in the mix because he gets it right up to his doorstep.
That's true. Train station, destination, max 1220 base. Ticket price,
Do you have any other
free.
destinations?
I don't think so. Okay, so this is the other side of the spawn area. Should I go back?
This is
Should I go back or should I continue exploring? I think there was another house over there that I missed.
I don't know if did we see all of his house?
I think we saw all of his. There was someone else's was right near there.
Max is taking public money. and just putting it into his own works projects.
This is his claim, so technically this would be his.
Oh, how does he have? Oh, you can do more than one claim. Is that it?
Yeah, you can expand your claim over time the more you build.
But this is a massive amount. I figured he claimed both, like the station and the house, right?
Yeah, that's probably... Could I put one here? Yeah, I can put one there. I mean, it's faster to fly, but... Not everyone on the server can fly, chat. So, I would count the rail, like, house. And, of course, his houses. I don't know if this was produced with everybody, or if he did all this himself.
Max is between jobs. That might explain it.
Why can I
Nice,
fly? I'm the
fish
mod.
loose.
This is
What else is down this way?
Chris, the best estimate. Keeping in mind how efficient Max seems to be, what do you say the hour investment here?
He's using pretty commonly found materials, but he's using them in unique ways.
Oh, that's a good question. So you've seen some incredibly rare builds, but this one is pretty complex.
Yeah, and the amount of iron this takes and the amount of gold and redstone to get the powered rails, that's non-trivial. So he's got a substantial mine somewhere. Probably a lot of hours just to make the minecart track. To say nothing of the houses, which probably took a decent amount of time as well.
You know what's cool is when he goes for his next job interview, he can mention this.
Now, this is a cool house. I don't know whose this is. It looks like they may have expanded their claim.
I'm thinking Max is responsible for this whole...
Is this his area too? I'm trying to click on stuff. Engel, this is a different person. Engels.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I definitely recognize that name from the server scroll.
Yeah,
they're there a lot.
They're there a lot, yeah. Oh, and they've also put up a map. Very nice. A map board. We have one of these at the spawn area as well, though it's not updated. I didn't realize it wouldn't update over real time. I thought it did, so... This may be an old map. There may be other settlements that aren't there yet. Wow, it's crazy how many roads there are. I want to go up there, but I also don't want to, like, bust down his door.
Well, is he... Oh, he might be listening. Oh, no, we're talking about Engel now.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Can you not push the button?
No, it won't let me. I won't be able to get
Oh,
out.
there he is.
Yeah, he let me in. Oh, this is cool. This is a treehouse. It's got like the fence around it and stuff. See, I thought I saw another ladder up. I'm not sure what the plan. Oh, what is this doing?
There's several stories.
Christmas lights. Look, they're blinking. Oh, that's magical.
Imagine how much time went into this.
I'm always impressed when people do like even just minor stuff with redstone because I'm not good at redstone at all.
Well, now we've entered a third taxonomy here. So you've got the high price basic versus the low cost elaborate, and now you've got super basic high technology. Although I guess harvesting all this wood.
No, I think this is this is pretty big build to build a treehouse like this. This would have taken a lot of time, especially the thing with like these kind of builds is like you want it to look, you know, fairly organic, like, you know, like there's a house nestled inside of there. I think they did that. Yeah, it looks really good.
Pretty good. Also, a good job of building vertically to get around the block.
Yeah, and obviously they've expanded their claim over time, but I bet the original stuff was like right here. This was the edge.
Now, it kind of looks like a Christmas tree. Are you going to take points away because this is not multicultural?
No, I think that's totally fine. I would like to see, I think, as they continue to build, maybe more purposeful use of the upper rooms, and possibly some more landscaping. Though I think they're doing a pretty good job so far. It looks like they're starting to do that now. Look how they've done like the flowers and stuff. That looks really good.
Why don't you throw out some ideas of rooms? Because, like, you know, what kind of rooms are you setting up in your Minecraft house? What if you had to come up with some good rooms to build theme-wise in your house, what would you say?
One thing that I have not seen yet that I always like to do when I build is I like to put furniture in my build. So like I'll build a bench or a table, or you can use wool to make a couch, or you can use what are they called? Pistons to make tables. That kind of thing. There's whole websites dedicated to Minecraft furniture, like creative use of materials to make furniture. And I haven't seen anyone do that yet, so that would be cool.
Now, this is a man-made structure.
Oh, I don't have his permission to enter his house. I think this is maybe a safety dwelling, and this might be the main thing that they're working on. I think this is in progress. Yeah, it's got dirt in the middle.
You think this is going to be a statue or something?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
It's an effigy of level 1.
Oh, I can't get out.
It is, it's very basic.
I
This
think
is
it's
maybe the most basic. Like it's a nice structure and everything, but
yeah, I think this is something that needs to be probably worked on some more. It'll probably have more. There's something happening here, like
yeah, it looks like there's some kind of shape that's
starting to
Start
happen. Yeah,
yeah.
and this is probably just a survival farm. So I don't know. I'm really impressed so far. I've seen some cool houses. I think my top contenders right now are this tree house, which is really cool. Though I really like the tiny house and the little tower, and I also like the modern house with the garage. All of those are neat.
What about I think the big palatial like White House.
Oh
looking one?
yeah, that one's also amazing.
That's got to be a top runner, right?
That is a top runner. Those are the top 4 right now, but there may be more, and you too could join in.
Now, I think have some people been sending you or posting the locations at all?
I've seen a few in the forum. Yeah.
So you might have to dig those up.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this house is on fire.
Oh, what does it spell? Zozo. I wonder if that appears on a map. I wonder if that was done on purpose. Oh, this is. Oh, we've been here. Oh, wait, is there a house over here? There is. It's a small one. This is also probably the beginning stages of the build.
A dirt hovel.
Oh, it's not protected either. Oh, get out of here quick. Alright, let's go back toward the spawn area and then we'll move out from that direction. Look at your crap house over here. I love that someone built a mansion next to your hovel. It makes it look especially bad.
Well, the property value up here is, it's through the roof.
Yeah.
Someone built a monument to Epstein. You're gonna have that, that giant palatial thing. You're gonna, it's like, wait, where does this go? And it's just like a maze, and at the end of the maze, there's a sign: Epstein didn't kill himself.
Well, he had that little blue and yellow temple thing. That's what you should build.
Alright, this is the spawn area. And we went this way previously. Let's go this way. Oh my. What is this? So, if I was in survival mode, you can't walk through these cactus. They will hurt you. So they've built some sort of horrible maze to actually get into this space.
There is a little path through it, isn't there?
Yeah, I think there is. Not here, but looks like maybe over here.
What is this?
Well, maybe. I'm not sure how you get in if you're in survival mode. I don't know what this is yet. So these are, I don't ever use them. I forget what they're called. Just like, use them to build, basically. I think they're made out of bamboo, so they're semi-costly, but I'm not sure what they're planning to do with them. I don't know what this is yet.
You think this is just scaffolding?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if they might use it as like flooring for something else, but yeah, I think this is also mid. I think the wall has taken up the majority of the time here. The cactus wall, this is like playing on a server where someone can hurt you.
Somebody's making a giant Bender statue. Remember me.
Oh, what's over here? Maybe this is
Yeah,
what they...
I don't know. I mean, the ambition here is high, but this is going to take a long time to turn into something else.
This is kind of
Now,
cool,
so
what they've done on
this
this
part's-
outside part.
Yeah, but this piece is the only piece that's built. So is this what it's eventually all supposed to be?
Probably. I wonder if this will be like a bazaar or something, because it's like desert
Maybe-
themed. That would be cool.
Maybe this is like a boardwalk or just the floor of something.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they're going to build like a little town. I wonder whose this is, actually.
Can you punch it?
Oh, they have an iron golem here. That's kind of cool. I've not seen anyone build any golems yet. Horse Noodle. Horse Noodle has been here a long time. He was one of the first people in the server.
Oh yeah, I definitely see a lot of Horse Noodle's name. This is, I don't know. Horse Noodle is really bitten off a big mouthful here.
I kind of, if they're going for like the Middle Eastern like market kind of thing with this, I would be into it. Let's see what they do.
Now, could you set that on fire?
I could. I'm not going to do that because that would be a gross misuse of my powers as a mod. But yes, I could, in theory, destroy everyone's stuff. I think there's a village not far from here. There's someone else's house. I like this. Simple. It doesn't really match the environment, but I like the cabin aesthetic. Oh, this is another. Where does this go?
Now look.
Max 1220 base.
Oh, this is the one you came out of.
Is this the one I came out of?
Yeah, because it was in the desert.
Ah. I didn't realize there was a road connecting to it.
Notice the roof here. A lot of overhang.
Yeah, it
Water's
looks
not gonna be a
good.
problem for this structure.
Well, it's also a desert. This is a less of a road, but still a beaten path. It's leading us
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Let's see where it goes. Fairly well lit, so there aren't a ton of mobs running around out here. It's nice.
Why is no one making a Minecraft clone where you just work on roads together with actual road equipment?
It's like road simulator, Euro truck, highway simulator, highway crew simulator.
Yeah, exactly. And you spawn in, you get a random job. Like one day you're steamrolling, another day you're shoveling.
Someone has started a build here. Let's see.
I think there's
Native.
a way. I think there's a way, Krista, that you can list the claims with the server commands.
I don't remember what it is. I'll have to look. Okay, so this is the start of someone's base. I assume it's... Yeah. This will probably be neat. I like the use of the smooth stone, the sandstone, since they're in that warm desert biome. Truth in materials, chat.
Oh, Marte, he hangs out in the chat.
Yeah, I've seen him before. I like this. This is a nice thing to set up near too. I like this big natural pond. That could be something cool.
But again, that's outside the.
Their build area, yeah. They'll have to think about that.
Well, look at this multiculturalism.
Ah, I love
I
this.
don't remember did they add the blue color?
Yeah, they've had all these colors for a while. My husband is a gentleman sheep farmer when we play this game, and he will build a giant sheep farm and have a pen with each color, so he can harvest it for build projects.
So he doesn't mix them up like Skittles, right? He keeps them separated.
No, he keeps them separated so it's easier to harvest what color you want.
This is just madness here.
What's up here?
Now when they mate, the colors blend, right?
Sometimes,
correctly?
yeah. I think so. And it's like a random chance depending on what color you get. Sometimes
Do you
you'll get
think
like an
the-
exact copy of the parent, like one of the parents, or you'll get a blend.
Just like genetics. Now, do you think that if you were to eat those sheep, would they have different flavors based on their color?
Absolutely. What do you think the blue ones taste like? Blue raspberry.
I think toothpaste.
Mm. Oh, what's here? It's another road. There's more torches over here too. I've not actually been this far out before. We're getting into new territory. This is part of a house. I think this looks like this is a new build.
No, this is a house with some style right here.
It's not even symmetrical yet. This is just another road. Oh, there's another house over here. Is there a sign, a door? Some interesting farm design here. Is this a sheep farm? Is this all this is? This is all it is. It's just a sheep farm.
Wow, you know what? I like this because it's kind of ethical. You know?
Yeah, compared to like literally every other hellhole where it's just a hole full of cows.
It's literally not a blender
Yeah.
for these animals.
I like that they gave them windows to look out too. They're like, okay, we got to make sure that, not only do they have space to walk around, but they can look out on the views around them. And there's also, did you see there was water in there too? They have a little watering hole.
Do you notice though what's wrong with the sheep farm? I mean, it is 2020.
Is it because they're all white? Is that the joke that
Yeah.
you're making?
Whites only.
When I first played Minecraft years ago, and I built my first animal pen, I thought the animals had to have water, so I took great time to make sure that there was a whole water section, and then I realized they didn't need it. That should be added to the game. What's down here?
Yeah, let's teach the children about animals dying of dehydration.
Is this just a mine? This might just be a mine. Yeah, I think this is just a mine.
Now look at the difference in mining style here. This one's so open, and there's so much room for everything. And then the other guy? It was just like tight little corridors.
This might be a natural cave system that they just built into. Oh, there's more of the road, I guess. Oh, there's more houses over here. Wow. I figured there would be a lot of houses, but there are a lot of houses. Oh, what's this over here? Oh, this might be a village. This might be something. I don't think that anyone built this. I think this is just a...
The roads are just ridiculous because there's
so
the
many.
whole place is connected up.
Yeah, this is just a normal Minecraft village. And I know for a fact that these have probably been absolutely ransacked at this point. They're usually full of loot.
What about that little thing over there? Is that player built?
This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably player built. There's nothing in here yet, but this is an early build. What's up here? I feel like I'm getting distracted. There's a whole other road over there I need to go back to, but there's another build over here.
Yeah, you got to try to keep your bearings, but that's fine. I mean, we got plenty of time.
One tiny door down here. Famous nerd man. Oh, wow.
Aw. Can you just mod yourself past that?
Oh, no, I'm in. I can fly, so I can just go over the top. This,
I'm sorry. I'm a little bit behind still.
this is from the Nether. So they have a little... They're probably going to do an enchantment farm thing up here. And, what's the word I'm looking for? Put a brewing... Oh, they've got a brewing stand. So this will probably be some sort of library arcane arts floor. But they're still obviously in the middle of building this.
Now, you think they're going to build walls here and make separate rooms, or is this just one big...
I think they'll...
These are ridiculously large.
They are. I assume they'll probably build walls.
How would you feel? Could you be comfortable sleeping in a room of this size with just an open bed like that?
Just up on the thing.
Yeah, no, it would be unsettling.
See, these are from villages. These were stolen. Oh, no, yeah, they've got a little enchantment table over here.
Are you going to take into account in your judgment whether or not things are stolen?
No, I'm fine with stealing from the villagers. Fuck them. What's down here? Oh, this is just a mine. Alright. So they clearly, I think this person probably mined out first and got a gold shovel and then claimed this whole area.
This is...
oh, they've got a nether portal as well.
I wonder if... again, I don't know if they're going to, split this up into rooms. It's weird. 2 big rooms is weird.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be split up, but we'll have to check on it again as they keep building.
But it is ambitious.
We'll head back to the road. I thought, am I imagining that? Maybe I imagined that. I thought I saw, was it this? Maybe have we been over here? Looks like someone built something over here.
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not really keeping track of where you're going. I'm just kind of.
This is a farm of some sort. Was there someone building down here? There's definitely a mine down here.
Oh, a little subterranean hideaway.
Vargonian.
So he's claimed this.
That may just been the first place he put a chest. I wonder if he's planning
yeah.
on wonder if he's planning on building out here somewhere. He's probably got gold at this point if he's made it this far down. You can expand your claim with the gold shovel. I mean, you don't have to use the gold shovel mod if you don't want to, but I mean, that does add a layer of grief protection. I love that. Can you make these now? I thought these were uncraftable. I'm not sure if people are just stealing them from the villagers or if they are craftable now. They used to not be craftable.
But are they just decorative?
No, you can, well, I mean, I can't click on that one. Hang on. I'll go back down here and I'll show you. So it's called the stone cutter. Get out of their space.
Solid.
You can just email me about the SRIOV stuff. That sounds pretty interesting. I'm actually familiar with NIM, but just send me an email.
So you could put stone in there and then it makes the stone bricks and stuff for cheaper than if you were to just smelt it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's what that is. I didn't think they were craftable, but maybe they are. Huh, alright. Onward. Looks like there is a single crafting table over here.
I will be on.
Oh, there's a house over here. Looks like we're on the edge of the ocean now, so there's probably not as much. Oh, there's more road! Wow. People have really expanded out.
What about
A sea
an
turtle.
aquatic home?
I would love to see that. I thought maybe we would see one, but I haven't seen anything underground or under the ocean yet. Probably because that's kind of a pain in the ass to do in survival, but that I would love to see it.
Oh, you gotta want it pretty bad.
Oh. Oh.
No, this is
Forward
just pure-
outpost. It's not even a house.
Oh, who's it belong to? Hit that chest.
Herbie. It says forward outpost. So that implies that it's like something they've built so they can farm materials this far out. Like, I bet, like, this would be a cool thing to see in a house. Some of that kelp. Could, kill some of these turtles for their sweet meats.
Does the kelp work outside of water?
No, but it looks really cool in the water. So you could use that as, like, in your water feature, or I've seen people make fish tanks. All those kind of things would be cool. Looks like someone started a build over here. They've just put a chest down, and this is where they're living, looks like. Looks like there was another road this way. Playing Minecraft. We're checking out everyone's builds so far. This is what, about a week's worth of work so far for everybody?
It's more than that. Some people have had 2 weeks at this point. It was right at the beginning of December. I guess that's right.
The start of a house. Oh, I've seen this. Never mind. I know where we are. Kind of know where we are. I think there was further down a stone one earlier.
This is definitely pointing out the fact that we're going to have a better system of knowing where all the stuff is.
Well, when they post in the forum, if they want to be considered, they have to put their coordinates.
I think there is a claim command, though, that will just list where everything is. I don't know how that works with a lot of entries.
What's over here? Oh, can't get in there. Looks like this is a farm. Oh, there's... Oh, wait, we've been here. I'm getting mixed up, chat. Okay, we know where that is. Let's go back to
So-
the spawn area, and then we'll
Yeah,
move
yeah,
out
you
from a
took-
different
you-
direction.
You've taken 2 cardinal directions. at this
Yeah.
point. It's 10 days worth of road work and 3 of houses. Yeah, there's definitely. I mean, it's good to see everybody working together and everything, but how do you? That's really not the spirit of the thing right now.
I'm into it, though. If we keep the server up after, it would be kind of nice to... so people could use the roads.
Well, that would be totally up to Linode
Yeah, that's true.
because I'm not paying that bill.
So we've been this way. And we went this way. Kind of went that way, too. Go this way. This looks like this is maybe... Wow.
This is like avant-garde type. of
Girl,
building.
girl bath water. That's like is he still over here? Someone
Is that
killed him?
supposed to be like a market where you can buy the bathwater?
It looks like, yeah, it might be some sort of public chest system. Yeah, free farming supplies, free redstone, free beds. Look how well our community works together. Take a few... That's actually why I put the sweet berries in on that very edge of the spawn builds, because I knew people could take those for food.
Why would you cover them up like that?
I'm not sure, actually. Maybe to make it harder for you to hurt yourself, because they do stick you if you walk into them.
Oh yeah, I bet that is it.
Mine work in progress. I don't think this is a house. This is going to be dangerous. It's going to build up carbon monoxide down here. Plus 3 points for memes. Lava pit. I think, oh. Maybe this is going to be our underground. Death ahead. Smiley face. Maybe this will be our underground base. Maybe this is what Fabian's working on.
It's I feel like all the building here is just functional. This is just like strip mining or something.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if he's using this as a mine or if he's planning on building this out into like a home, a dwarven abode. Slain
I gotta
by
think
husk.
the heating costs in a place like this are gonna kill you.
Yeah. Well, that's why they've got all the fireplaces, you know, even though it's dangerous.
Dopefish, are you just putting a naked email address in that? You realize that Google archives these chats?
Have we been here? Yeah, we have been here. We're gonna keep pushing onward. We're gonna just go straight for a while. Like, just straight this way, which we've been part of the way, but we're gonna keep going. Love bamboo. I've actually never ran into bamboo naturally. Did we go look at this dark house? I like the dark wood.
What do you mean you've never run into bamboo naturally?
Like, there's a biome in Minecraft that's just bamboo.
I thought it just grew randomly.
No. Well, I mean, there's like the reeds that grows randomly. I like this house. I like where it's going. Be interested to see its progress.
How do you get bamboo if you don't get it naturally?
You just don't. You have to find the biome and like.
So in
Find
all the
it.
time of playing Minecraft, you've never found bamboo.
No, it's a relatively recent addition. Okay, so this is the tree house. We've been here.
Try
Max's
looking
house.
to the east. Peepers, do you have a house on here?
Go straight a little bit. This is a long road. I thought we went all the way through this. Maybe we didn't. Oh, no, maybe we did. Wow. What's is this? Someone's house? This is a different material. I'm assuming this is going towards someone's home.
This is absurd.
I love it. I love it. My kind of people. Oh, look at this.
Okay, just terminates in the. Oh no, it keeps going. Are you supposed to? Does it become a canal at this point? Oh my god.
I'm gonna keep going. I think we've been on this section of the map, but I want to see how far it goes. Wow.
Now see, I look at this and I'm like, all right, these are the people who are hacking. How long does this take?
If you have decent like material pickaxe and an enchantment that helps you mine faster, it would still take a hell of a long time. But maybe not as long as you might expect.
Oh, it just keeps going.
Yeah, so I was like, well, maybe there's a house out here, but I haven't found one yet. It's just...
I don't like. What is this? There's somebody who just really didn't want to be around any other houses.
I kind of get that. Usually if I play on a public server, I don't like to build right next to spawn.
I don't think there's anything out here.
It's been lit up with torches. Something else, you know, here's another idea, chat. If you're building on like a natural water source, build a dock. Build a fishing vessel. Would be cool.
This could just be exploration. People
Yeah.
dropping torches, exploring at night.
That's true. Yeah, I may just be... I don't know. This looks like this might be a build up here. Well, maybe not.
Should there be a door prize for best hidden build?
Ooh. That would be interesting. This is a... It's literally a lean-to.
A fishing shanty.
Can I click on their stuff? Zero
My-
skills! It's 0 skills.
My favorite part about this is that the bed is not under the awning.
Yeah, it's just getting rained on. This is obviously the start of a build, but he did go really far out to explore. I don't... Oh, is there something else over here? It's lit up. Look, all the mobs are spawning just right here in the dark spot. Oh, here's someone else's house. Yeah, there's some people out here. Oh, check that out. They're using that to keep the bees passive. Oh. There's so many. Oh, they've got there's a mushroom biome around here. That's cool.
Jesus Christ. Oh, the animal torture that goes on in these servers. I guess if you think about it though, is that really all that different from our
actual
meat
farming.
processing?
This
Yeah.
is a cool concept build.
Yeah, this is a like full mushroom. I really appreciate.
The
Now,
commitment.
what are the red walls somehow fungus related?
No, I think that's redstone. But they've put a mycelium floor here, so mobs won't spawn in here. You notice there's no light sources. And you can plant as many mushrooms as you want. It's free food. Oh, there's a cat here. Meow.
Go ahead and take that cat. Let's adopt it.
Yeah, I'm digging this. I'd like to see it continue
Did you
to grow up.
pop one of those chests? Let's see who this is.
0 skills, so this is his area.
Oh, so it's not just the fishing shanty for him.
Yeah, he actually did build a legit house out here as well. I wonder if he did all the infrastructure. He must have, right?
Now,
to
zero
get out
skills,
here. Like, you could probably put a boat in this and then just fly through.
Yeah, he really went out of his way to get away from. Maybe he did that because he knows that this is kind of like your dream setup.
Yeah, I kind of dig it. I dig it as like a concept build. Especially, you know, it's farther out. I'd like to see it expand out some more. Does this go underground here? Yeah. Zoop. Ooh. Hope someone wasn't trying to farm something in the middle of the night and I just said it today.
So what are we up to? Like 8, 10 contenders at this point?
There's a lot of really good houses. It's gonna be tough. I mean, we're still very early in the competition, so there's still plenty of time to either start a build or to continue to expand and improve your build.
I think you got to measure yourself against the big White House looking one and the what was the other one that was good?
I like the treehouse build. I liked
yeah,
the
the
tiny
treehouse.
houses.
Tiny house.
I kind of liked the mushroom build. As like I said, it's kind of a interesting concept. Oh, the wandering trader.
Yeah, there is
Where's your friend?
there's something about the mushroom build that is unique, and although I wonder, you know, it was like 0 skills just on the Minecraft Pinterest, or does he love? Oh, you know what? And he knows that you love mushrooms. I forgot that you love mushrooms.
Oh, there's another road over
targeting-
here. He's
You know what he should
targeting
have done?
me.
He should have done a tiny mushroom house. Okay, now you're interfering. This is the prime directive, Krista.
Don't interfere with the lesser life forms. I think this is just a natural cave.
Is that Wendell banging around?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Oh, there's another house up here. The shanty or riot. With the bed not under it. Oh, this is a cool biome to build in. Oh, look how they've done the bamboo. Very cool. Road comes right up.
I like this really impractical approach to the house.
Yeah.
You're not getting any of your elderly relatives to visit.
Oh, okay. So I like the location of the home, and I like where they're going with it, but it's a little rough in the materials right now.
It's very generic. I was expecting a lot more of the inside to be different, but yeah, I think this is. I don't know. When I see this, I got to think to myself, you're already falling behind because your materials are too generic.
It doesn't stand out against the rest of the biome, so
You
I
gotta
would
be memorable.
I
Yeah.
would incorporate some greenery or some wood, some other natural materials against the stone. But I like the location and I like the multi-tiered building. It looks like this is still very early as well.
They could just be shaping it and getting ready for the interior decoration. I think that what you're going to find is that among our audience, that last 10% is going to be tough for some of them. They're going to get the building built. They're going to get some nice landscaping, but then when they have to furnish it and
That's
do
to be
some
rough.
creative touches, that's where they're going to fall off. That's where you're going to win this game.
Oh wow, we're getting way up there. This is a cool biome. Cool area to build in. Looks like someone started something up here. They stripped the bark off the trees. Some redstone.
Is that it? What do you do with bark now?
It's just an aesthetic thing. Oh. Someone climbed up this, looks like.
So you murder the trees just for...
For aesthetic. I'm assuming he's claimed this, but he's probably gonna build here. I thought I saw like a railway around here somewhere. Not a rail, but like a, yeah, this thing. I like this. Good use of greenery.
Do we want to hop outside and set it real quick?
This is cool. I like this.
Oh, okay. So we got a
Yeah,
little thing
yeah.
here.
I don't know how you get in here yet. There's no road leading up to this, but I like this. I like the way this is styled. This is probably temporary. Oh,
I don't know.
wow.
They put a lot of work into this.
Yeah, this is looking good. This is cool. Oh, and then they've got all their scaffolds here. How do you get
Now,
out
how
of here?
much of this is there? How are they getting up to this?
That's what
as
I'm
regular
curious.
players? There's got to be a
The scaffolding, probably. They don't have an actual way up yet.
Oh, you just climb it like a ladder, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so this is also still very much in progress, but I like the styling they've done with the fences, and look, they've bothered to put chains and lanterns instead of just torches. That looks really good.
Now, but see, the problem is with this house, you sprain your ankle. What are you gonna do?
You dead. There's no hospital. Of course, there's no hospitals here either.
You don't want to go, even if there are.
Yeah. They actually put out a public service announcement around here that was like, please don't come to the hospital if you're just feeling a little bit sick and wondering if you have COVID. Please just go get tested and don't come to the ER.
Yeah, it's getting real bad. Real nice.
Mad Meerkat. I'm digging Mad Meerkat's look so far. Oh, check this out.
Oh,
Efficient.
Supreme Court ruled on the whole Texas versus Pennsylvania thing.
What'd they say? Oh, they've got a cactus farm here. That's cool. I love auto farmer setups. That's also cool. That's a nice thing to see. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on this build going forward.
Who is this again?
Meerkat. Mad Meerkat. How do I get out of here, though?
The rejections are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas. That's funny.
That looks really cool, too. They've done so many cool things here. Look, they've even made sure the floor looked good. That's...
Are you giving floor points?
Yeah, well, like, because you could have just used regular blocks here, right? But they knew that the bottom would be exposed, so they instead did it with stairs upside down. So it created, like, this lattice pattern. That's some forethought. Does interior count? Yeah, interior counts. We look at your whole build. There's a little farm down here. Lots of waterfalls. I'm going to go straight up and see if anyone's on the top.
You're telling me that at 5 a.m. on a cold morning, you wake up and you climb down that giant ladder to feed your cows?
Yep. Is there anyone building up here? This would be an insane climb to do every day. Yeah, no one's doing that.
Then you get to the
Just
bottom.
subscribe with Fish Prime. Thank you, Seymour Cat.
Thank you.
Then you get to the bottom and you realize that you forgot your bucket.
Oh.
Wait, is Seema Kurt? Was it Meerkat? Is that the same person?
I don't think they're the same person. Maybe they are.
Oh, okay.
Maybe, you know, that's the thing. People have Minecraft accounts that maybe aren't the same as their chat name.
400. I just got $400 back on my cash back on my credit card. What should I spend it on? The level 1 KVM.
Store.levelwithtext.com.
Don't bother buying enough monitors to use it first. Invest in the KVM, then the rest of your hardware.
Yeah, get like the 4-port model and then just grow into it. It's fine.
It's like a life goal type of thing. Every day you look at it and you're like, I gotta work harder. I gotta bust my ass to fill that monitor tree.
I don't see any other roads or anything out here. So I'm assuming this is untapped territory.
I have this idea for using some like iron pipe that we have in the basement and some other stuff to build kind of like a matrix style monitor tree, and it's like, oh, it's really hard to resist the temptation to do that.
Someone started something here, looks like. Oh, I bet they're going to slowly build this out until there's a full river to the ocean.
They should add locks to this game.
Oh, there's a lava. Oh, someone has built a farm over here. Someone started a house, looks like. I think there's a desert temple button pusher near the spawn. Speaking of loving the desert. Wait. There's like 3 bases through here, I think, but I don't think any of them are fully built yet, that I can tell. Can you go up?
Do we get into specifics about the hardware we're using for the server and plugins? Not the plugins, because those are a little bit in flux, but the server is on Linode. Linode.com. It's the 8-core server. But
yeah,
Minecraft
8-core.
is not super multi-threaded, turns out.
Oh, there's a start of a base up here. Cool.
And the Java command lets you define the number of threads it'll use, but I don't know if Minecraft.
It's all lies.
I don't know if Minecraft can take advantage of that.
Definitely lies.
Yeah, I overdid it on the server based on what I read, and we still had a lot of problems. Although this seems to be going okay, and it's kind of full, right?
Yeah, I think it's almost completely full right now.
You probably, if you didn't do all the anti-griefing stuff, you probably wouldn't need this much Linode.
Well, a long time Minecrafter said that all that's lies, and it's better if you had like a 2-core 5 gigahertz. That would have been better. But this is like 8 cores at like 3 gigahertz. Because it's still not super multi-threaded.
Server will shut down eventually, but I mean, unless Linode wants to sponsor it in perpetuity.
Yeah, I think Linode actually was willing to carry it on for a number of months after the competition, and it's also probable that it won't need a VM with 8 cores after it's not as popular.
I would love to see that again. Someone mentioned the dark days and the old server that used to exist, and I used to play on that quite a bit, and that was very fun. I don't think I went this way.
Yeah, there's no reason we can't have some game servers. It's just time to maintain it.
Yeah.
Also making sure that we don't have, like a Napoleon complex with whoever we pick to run it.
Well, I think you can avoid that by picking more than one.
Oh, I have been this way. Okay. Did someone completely dismantle the server?
Look, Sent to DevNell is saying he's got an underwater base.
Where is that?
Where? Chat, say, where is it?
I look forward to your progress, sir. Oh, is that his too? That's not his. That's someone else's. He's building around someone else's. Have I checked this one? Oh yeah, this is the one with the garage, right? I thought this was kind of a cool build. Little orchards everywhere. Start of a hobbit hole.
Now, Christy, you did the entrance here, but are you going to do any kind of house of your own?
I may. Yeah, I think I would. Like I said, I was trying to save it because I knew we were going to stream it. I was like, I don't want to explore everything beforehand. I want to react in real time, but I'll probably hop on now that I've seen most of what everyone's been working on, and I'll probably build my own base.
Well, you don't need to look at everybody else's stuff. Just, make your own thing.
Yeah, probably.
And you might be doing that for the next hour.
Yeah, see, I think at this point, what is this? I think we've seen most everything.
Now, I didn't want to tell you this, but I think now I'm going to have to, is you're not eligible for these prizes.
Oh. I just give myself all the prizes. Oh, there's a crossroads here.
You just take a motherboard and just throw it in the trash on your way out.
Oh, community road built by C2000.
Oh.
I'm into it.
This is a little bit more primitive road than we've seen before.
Still in progress. This one just kind of ends abruptly. Cashman 309's under here. Oh, he's building. Is this his hobbit hole? Is this what he was talking about, or is this someone else? Oh, I can't build here. Oh no, I can't get out. There we go.
Are
Oh,
you trying to Are you
I
trying
was-
to give him favors?
No, I was trying to spawn a bat in his base, but it won't let me do it. I could ignore it, but I won't do it. What's over here? I didn't see this before.
Did we just lose Wendell?
I flew
You
by
did.
your hobbit hole. Go back up the road. I'm at the crossroads. Rocker Daddy 420. Where? What a username.
Rocker Daddy
420. Is it this way? It looks like there's the start of another house here.
You think Minecraft is how many years old? Like 10 or 15 at this point?
It's not 15, it's like 10.
Do you think Rocker Daddy 420 created his account in the early days? Now he's a professional.
Oh. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm trying to keep him off this guy.
What is this guy AFK?
Yeah, he went AFK and a zombie walked up to him. Come back here, you son of a bitch.
Oh, they're on him.
Yeah, they are. If you don't sleep enough in this version of Minecraft, those things will spawn and attack you. Yeah, I'm at the crossroads. Oh, my phone just vibrated. They
Oh,
might
Wendell's
be.
still struggling. Are they attacking you?
They may be because I haven't slept. Like, I worked on the server nonstop for a little bit.
You're just cursing this server right now.
I know. All can't sleep because too many people are online. Oh, yeah. The
Oh, it
phantoms.
affects it even in multiplayer? That's not fair.
Yeah, you have to get everyone to sleep or otherwise the phantoms will spawn. I think it's after 3 days of no sleep they start to spawn. Close to the berry field. Like the one near spawn. Yeah, I'm coming back to spawn.
Technique going once, going twice. Grants, lunar eclipse. Caster DPS ring.
So the server is just a giant cursed. Do they come out only at night? or is
Only
it
at
during the
night,
day?
yeah.
Why don't you just change the time?
Caster ring going once, going twice. Grants, meow.
Does that sound better?
Not really. That's kind of grainy. Give us a little bit more of it.
Whoa!
I am the very model of a modern major general.
It's not crackly. Are those skeleton horses?
Yeah, that's a really rare event. Sometimes lightning will strike and it'll spawn in 4 skeletons of the apocalypse.
Oh, nice.
And I just happened to be there when it happened.
It's hackers.
I ain't fighting these guys. You're gonna have to do that yourself, friend. Look at his skin.
Is sausage toes?
It's gotta be, right?
KFC booty hole, is that what that said?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. He said he was near the berry farm, but I didn't see him here. Community KFC. Oh, it's a chicken spawner. I talked about this earlier. Where do you press the button? Watch. Oh, it didn't work.
Press it again. I think you turned it off. Now you gotta turn it back on.
Is there another button to press? Why aren't they why isn't this filling up with delicious chicken?
Wasn't that a lava block?
Yeah, so the way this works is it spawns the chickens from the eggs and then the chickens fall into the lava. But I think this one's glitched out, maybe.
So, you know, like every other fast food, it's down to the employees, really. If they do it wrong, it doesn't matter how good the plan was. Oh, there he is. That's the guy you're looking for.
No, I thought it was Rocker Daddy 420.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is Rocker Daddy 4. But I thought Dev Null said he had the underwater one.
Yeah, I want to see anyone who's not here. where did Dev Nogel? I'll follow him. Sausage toes. I want to see the underground world. I must have ran past Rocker Daddies. Clearly this KFC needs a oh. Oh, I didn't even think to look in the nether. Wow.
Now you're going to assign bonus points for, you know, like dangerous
hostile
builds?
environment. Yeah, that might be interesting.
Look at this. Pink carpet.
That's end stone. What's it called? I don't know. I don't even know because it's a relatively recent addition and I haven't been to the end since then. Oh, wow. A nether highway. That's something I've never done. I've never built a nether highway. Hopper system, very cool. Underwater base. Oh, that's so
Alright,
cool.
Now, I think this is strong.
This is very strong. Wow.
And it's got a nice above
Section
sea
as well.
level part. Yeah. Now it is a little basic with the decor.
Yeah, I think that could be improved on, but
Oh, but
I
don't know,
like
look at
where it's
this
going.
roof. Look
Yeah,
at
this is
roof.
this is that end stone stuff. I can't remember how to pronounce it.
I mean, it looks horrific, but I kind of like it. Did it go down a little, any further?
It'll just float on the surface. Oh, you mean the base?
No, I mean the house. Yeah.
Oh, it does. How do I get down there?
Oh, this is an underwater sea lab.
I'm into it.
There's no way he claimed all that.
No, probably not.
What if somebody just swam down there and smashed one of his windows?
Oh, red map.
This is probably looks. This is the start of an enchanting room, library.
Now you got to get that dirt wall out of there.
Oh, this is a fish tank. Look. You see the fish?
It seems almost unethical, I would say, to have a fish tank when you live in a fish tank. Oh, look at this madness.
What is
Like
this?
some cosmic horror.
It's lots of rooms here. Oh. Oh, that's
You guys
great.
ever notice how much, speaking of cosmic horror, you guys ever notice how much Mark Zuckerberg looks like H.P. Lovecraft?
I have not noticed that.
Yeah.
You got to look at them side by side. Imagine
Green one still. So.
Cthulhu in the day of social media. The Cthulhu cult would be completely out in the open, and they'd have 10 million members.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like a nether room. I see he's gonna have a theme for each layer, I think. That's cool. Very cool.
This is gonna, there's still a lot to do here, but this is a good one.
Yeah, this is an amazing one. Look at the little cow farm.
Now, what are these orange blocks on? I like those orange blocks on the floor. They look like
They
they're on fire,
are
but they're not.
Shroom light. I don't even know what that is. That's new.
Oh, this is shit you don't even know about, Kristen.
I know. This is going somewhere else. This is a clever use of the nether highway as well, because that allows you to get far away from spawn without having to walk as far. This is nice. Food farm. And because
Yeah, there's
they have the glass ceiling up here, that means that like technically the plants get sun as well, even though that doesn't make logical sense, but it makes it easier to grow stuff.
I definitely find the most convenient way to commute to and from my home is to go through hell.
Same.
I think everyone has one at this point.
Okay, this
I don't
is
like
where we came in
the
at.
fish tank though. Why would you? You literally could just go to your subterranean floor there and look at the fish through that and let them be free. But no, you have to imprison them. See, now you're lost.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna explore a little bit in the. Wow. So there are now biomes in the Nether. I don't know if you've explored that at all since they've updated it.
I've only played Minecraft in a very sort of ultra casual way. Probably just when we played it on stream in the last 3-5 years. All I remember about the Nether is those big ghosts and the
Yeah.
blaze rods. Like the blaze rods were the hardest thing to get.
See, I kind of like I've been to the Nether quite a bit, but like the end is still a mystery to me. I don't ever go to the end hardly. So this is a long road. I think this might just be 500 block checkpoint. Only 500 blocks to reach the next. What's on the outside of this? Oh, I like how he's used the banner to indicate like I built this. That's cool. It's a good use.
It's his
of banner.
family. It's his family crest.
Is there anything around here? It looks like this is just I won't travel too far away from this. I just wanted to see if anyone had built around here. Doesn't look like it. There is another highway though, chat, if you want to get away from spawn. Yeah, see, this is one of the new biomes for the Nether, where it's like got ash and stuff falling.
Bet this is really bad for your lungs.
Yeah. In a few months, Mojang is doing the caves update. I'm excited for that too. I was skeptical about the Nether update, but they really delivered. It looks really good. So I'm sure the caves will be just as good.
Generic Canadian, thank you for subscribing.
I see they have trees in the Nether too. That used to be not a thing.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't think I helped there. Wow, this is a long bridge. People have been busy.
And think about they're doing this without your flight powers.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going way, like, then the road ends, looks like.
I like how he's got some candles there, just so like if you're coming up on it, you know.
To slow down, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Warriors. Red battles.
Remember how we were like, how are people traveling up so fast?
Now we haven't seen any snow-based houses, have we?
I don't think so. We're not really close to any snow biomes, so this is like a long, long way away.
Based on what I know about you, I think a Winter Wonderland build would go a long way.
That would. I recently did that for Parkitect on the stream. Parkitect multiplayer just came out too. That might be something to explore eventually.
Did we ever figure out how that works? Is it everybody with the same park, or is it?
I
competing
meant to
park?
look that up earlier and forgot. It would be cool if it was everyone in the same park, but I feel like you'd spend money really fast. Maybe they figured out a way to balance that.
We could maybe come up with a system where we all make decisions about different parts of the park, and then the other people have to compensate to make up for what kind of decisions we made.
I just want to put everything on fire.
Yeah, and that could be a problem, which could be entertaining.
But it was effective. You got to give me that.
What kind of crazy long podcasts are people listening to while they're building?
Probably 1 hour.
Yeah, we need to do one for this month too.
Oh yeah.
Gotta do a Patreon podcast. We have not done that yet.
Did we do November?
I think at the beginning.
I thought we did too.
I hope we did.
Yeah.
I hope we did.
We need to do one for December for sure, though. We haven't done one for December.
Yeah, you gotta have something. You gotta have something else to. You know what I'm finding so far is that I am engrossed enough in Cyberpunk within the first 10 hours that I haven't gone to a podcast yet. There have been moments where I was thinking to myself, yeah, maybe I'll just tab out to YouTube here, but then something will happen and I'll get distracted. And I know that game is.
Touch the game when you are playing with the pistol, and he cocks it a second time, the shell pops out.
Yeah, whenever it's kind of annoying, but okay. Did you know this? Here's a little, firearm reality in the game. If you tactical reload, it takes less time than reloading with an empty chamber.
Those bastards.
Oh, there's another portal here. Okay, this is where we came in at.
Oh, Nubbin says we didn't do it. Well, we have to
Oh,
do
yeah,
two.
we gotta do.
That's hazard.
We got to do. Maybe we could do to make up for that. Maybe we could do a drunk podcast. Spawn portal. Oh, starter base. Oh, I got an achievement.
What is that achievement? Subspace bubble. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Well, Krista, you're really behind on the Minecraft lore.
Use the Nether to travel 7 kilometers in the Minecraft world.
Oh, okay.
All right. I've never actually built a. Oh, this is not easy to traverse.
Are you gonna take a point from that?
I think he said this was a starter base, so no.
Well, I have a 1080 Ti graphics card.
All right. All right. I see where they've kind of lined out their plot. Looks like.
Interesting. They're gonna try to do a water-based top.
Yeah, maybe. It's a lot
Now,
of
what is
torch.
the mechanic of building underwater? How do you? Is it whether like the water won't fall on certain blocks? Do you do that?
There's a couple of different ways you can do it. So you can just build like a dirt platform. Let me show you. So you could build like this, and then you build up what you want to build like this, and then you let the sand fall into the water, especially if it's like deep underwater, and then you put glass or whatever around that sand, and then dig
That
the
sounds
sand out.
That sounds ridiculously time consuming.
It's very time consuming. It's cool, but
Well, but couldn't you just build from the bottom up and do that same thing?
you could, but it would not be as quick, because what you can do if you do that method, like I was describing, is you just have to dig the sand out, and you don't have to worry about being underwater for long periods of time. Oh, here, let me show you, because
I understand.
Yeah, I'm not
I
doing
understand
a,
what
I'm
you're
not doing a
doing.
great,
Right.
not doing a great job of explaining what I'm talking about, but
Yeah, you just fill it in and then you build around it. I get it.
yeah, and then you have to just dig out the dirt, and then you have an air bubble underwater.
You have basically like a reverse mold.
Yeah, yeah. There's a trick to sand removal. Yeah, with a torch. You put a torch under the sand stack, and it'll break as it comes down.
Well, how do you build a torch underwater?
No, you're in your pocket. But like if you're building like, it's like, oh, I need to remove all this sand. You do that. And it's a lot quicker. I think I've seen just about everyone's. I still haven't seen the Hobbit hole. He says I keep walking past it. I don't know where it is though.
Well, it's 9:14. Why don't you look around and stake out your?
Where I would like to
plot.
build.
Yeah.
So I saw someone, I think it was this way. Someone, yeah, there's some over here, but I think there was other places too, had the dark wood, which means there's a dark forest somewhere around, but I don't know where that is. And I would like to be near that biome because I like those materials.
Well, there you go. 21140.
Going the exact opposite way. Dark Forest is way off. Well, I might not do that.
Well, can't you plant those same trees, or will they not grow in other biomes?
They will, but they're kind of difficult to grow because you have to have 4 saplings for each one. Oh.
Sounds like you just don't want to put the time in.
Listen. You're right. I need to find where it is, but yeah, they are high maintenance. I'm getting dramatically lost.
is there a joke about female navigation here?
There is somewhere.
Remember that time you completely passed up the IHOP we were going to?
Did I do that? Was that me?
That was you.
Oh, this is the community zombie farm. You know, this is a perfect microcosm of what it's like looking at houses right now. It's like, do I want to be close to town near infrastructure?
Or do I want to be underwater?
Right. Just like when I'm looking for houses here in the landlocked state.
There are lakes. Man-made lakes. Yeah, everything I'm reading about the economy is like, the economy is doomed, but house prices are up.
They are. They're so up, too. And there's like a house that we really like right now that we're wanting to go look at. And it's like, I'm almost thinking like, if we don't buy something soon, we may be priced out of the market around here.
Yeah, but see, that's the old FOMO getting you.
Yeah.
And you might be right.
I mean, it'll probably come
at
down
some
again
point,
eventually, but
the thing about it is, you're going to be there. You're not planning on selling it anytime soon, right? I mean,
no.
so if you lost a bunch, you're not really losing it per se. And you should be able to get it back when you do your reverse mortgage when you're old.
Oh, is this a new village?
Assuming Tom Selleck's still alive at that point.
Someone has built.
What is this?
I don't know.
It's some sort of affront to God.
Meow.
Oh.
I'm not flying right now. This is just the magma that pushes you up, I think. Is it pushing me
Oh,
up?
this is automated.
Yeah. Oh. This is just like some sort of amusement park ride. Wait, what? What is
Did
this?
you just come up here to die?
Yeah, I don't know what that does. What is this thing? Wow. Huh. I don't know if I want to be in the old sandstone sand biome. Oh, there's another base
my
starter
vote
movements.
is I'm thinking snow.
Yeah, I have to go back to the nether. Let's get back on the nether road. That's the quickest way to get back to spawn for me. Just kill myself.
That's the quickest way to do anything.
Yeah, just murder yourself to get home quicker.
I'll spec one for test rooms.
Here we go. Was it this way? But I think eventually, yeah. No, this is not it.
No, you went down the
The
pink
purple,
staircase,
yeah,
remember?
yeah. Oh, the one.
I don't think
Oh, you continue.
I don't think that contest is over yet, is it? For the NAS, I don't actually know. I know there were a lot of entrants.
Necklaces are in. Yeah, I'm just doing off spec.
Inflation, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, the problem with that is like, if the economy as a whole grinds to a halt, then nobody's buying houses, and people are foreclosing on houses, And that just gets worse and worse. That's a cool character design they came up with those things.
The Ghast.
They're creepy. The noise they make is just
Horrific. Yeah.
nightmare fuel. Yeah.
The first time I encountered a Ghast in this game, I was on a server that was glitched, so like the beds didn't work. And somehow spawn in general was just really messed up, so we got stuck in the nether. And we had to spend like 3 hours trying to get out. It's one of my favorite gaming memories. And the gas kept destroying the portal. It was awful. But also really fun.
See, it's those times in your life where they seem bad when you're in them, but the memory is something
Yeah.
you treasure. Like, you know, maybe you go to see Skinner and your car breaks down and you have to sell your last little bit of weed just to get home. Or maybe it's something in a Minecraft server. You know, it's just different for everybody.
Oh, someone is building out here.
All right, so go ahead and just delete them.
Just put a cobweb over lava. So when they walk into it. This is just a, looks like this is just a mine. Imagine all the fond memories we'll have of 2020. Thanks to
I
this
bet.
Minecraft server.
It's going to take a long time, chat, but eventually a lot of people are going to be older and they're going to be talking to young kids. They're going to be like, yeah, 2020, there was hauling them out by the wagon load.
I noticed the local funeral home was hiring.
Oh,
We was wiping our asses with newspapers for months.
uh-oh.
And the president killed a man. Like, how do you think the legend of Trump? You think, how will historians look at Trump?
Harshly, I think.
Now, Krista,
I'm lost.
I'm hoping that as you choose your house location, that you don't intend to remain in creative mode. 'Cause that would
No,
get you-
no, I'll do regular. I did creative for the spawn area. Oh, look, someone did build over here. Or is this a
I like
village?
that. In your dark version of the future, we're all speaking Ebonics. That was like redneck. That wasn't Ebonic.
Look at the snow village. Oh, he doesn't want to trade with me.
Jackson, like they referred to Andrew Jackson's cabinet as the kitchen cabinet.
I don't know. Why did they do that?
Because he just, you know, it was very Trumpian in his selection for people to help him run the country.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was. In a similar way, I don't think either of them were from the political class originally. Trump certainly still isn't. I wonder if you're, you know, like let's say you're just like a junior Democrat in the House, and you're out to dinner and you see Trump. Do you give him shit, or you just walk up and shake his hand and be like, "Oh, hey, Mr. President"?
I bet the Secret Service would probably tackle you just because you're on Team D.
Look how cute this is. I mean, there's kind of like a lava pit and a cave in the middle of the village, but cute. Oh, just like a well. I like that no crops really grow here. These people don't eat anything.
The history books mention that he won because people felt so disenfranchised. I think both of these elections were like just we haven't voted for a president in a while. We've just been voting against the other guy. Which, if you think about it, if I were, you know, the political class trying to keep things under control, that's the perfect situation for me. Because you're always on the defensive.
Oh, he's at spawn. I wanted to look at his house. Hang on. I'm coming. I keep passing over your house.
I'm expecting a lot from Rocker Daddy.
Yeah, this better be good after we
420. You think we'll
yeah.
see any fan leaves incorporated in his design since he's a 420 guy?
Oh, let's hope so.
It's probably not good for warlock tanks.
Oh, where'd you go?
Are
Oh,
you trying to set up a troll here, Krista?
no. Oh, someone else building a house. Wait, where's the hobbit hole?
Resist gear. Yeah, just reroll. I counted out. I mean, it's kind of. Why not rolling for that shit?
There's ice up here. Someone's building an ice road.
Are they going to be trucking along those ice roads?
You know, I can only hope. Did you see in the snow biome there's a polar bear?
I did see that, yeah. That's
cool.
relatively new, right?
Yeah, I think so. They're apparently very hostile. Just like real polar bears.
Yeah, I think real polar bears play that out. Polar bear I think the polar bear wins it for adorable to naked aggression ratio.
Yeah.
Because lions are adorable, but I don't think they want to kill you unless they have a reason to, and I feel like a polar bear does it just because they feel like it's their job.
That's necessary.
And a shark is going to beat you all day on that aggression scale, but sharks ain't adorable.
This is a nice area. It's kind of out of the
look at this.
desert.
Look, we're getting some shade in the chat because Rocker Daddy 420 doesn't have a hell network.
Oh. Oh, there's several houses out here.
Look, there's a whole little subdivision out here.
I never knew.
Probably costs a lot to get them to run utilities out here.
Hey, I like this. This is a nice feature, water feature. It's built into the hillside. Oh, I can't open it. I can't get in. It goes down, not up. I can't open it though. I can't.
How come you're able to open some of these? Why? What's the difference?
Iron doors are more secure, I guess, and you have to press a button to open them. And because I have to press the button, I can't ignore the claim. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. This goes down, but it's still looking a little rough down here. I'm sure one day it will be beautiful, though. There's a mine down there. Oh, look, this is what I'm talking about with like the chairs and tables.
Is this a sand floor?
It's sandstone.
That's gonna be all gritty and everything, right? I don't like that.
No.
I'd like to see a refloor of this house.
I do think that the sandstone with like the cool white stone. I don't know. I like sandstone though because it's a unique material. A lot of people don't utilize it very much.
What about this unbaked cobble out here on the terrace?
I think that's probably a starter material, I would say, because they did bother to make the compressed white stone. I like the compressed white stone.
Also, not a single cannabis-related decoration in the whole thing, and I think you got to add that.
Let's just roll this in.
So, vital.
Is that immediate disqualification?
If your name's Rocker Daddy 420, I think it is.
I like his garden. Wow, there's already watermelon stuff. That's crazy. Watermelon is something that only spawns in chests and dungeons. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised considering how far people have gone already in this game, but... Well, there's a lot of houses out here I haven't seen yet. Look at all the berry bushes. He was like, I'm near the berry fields, and I was like, I'm by the one by spawn. That's not what he meant. Look at all this.
It's like a winery. A plantation. This is everybody's build is sprawling in scope, and it's supposed to be like whatever 44 blocks.
Well, no, you can expand it though. Like I figured people would expand out as time
I
went
don't know
on.
how. I think it maxes out though.
Oh, this guy has stolen a villager. Oh my gosh, he's enslaved the villagers.
Now, how do we feel about this? I mean, it's an accomplishment, but it's also human trafficking.
I'm actually super impressed because it takes a lot of effort to steal the villagers from the. You have to put them either in a boat or a minecart, and then just like shift them downriver.
How do you get? How do you put them in bed like that?
They automatically go to bed.
Oh, so they're just trapped in here,
Yeah, like they can't
and
get
they're just
out.
living out. Now, does this guy not have a bed?
Look, no, his house is up here.
No, but there's a villager in there who's not sleeping.
I don't know why he's not sleeping. You know, maybe he's scarred by having to live with everyone in his village in one tiny
Oh, there's-
room.
There's monsters in this house.
Oh no, that was an iron golem.
I don't
They-
know that.
They protect your base.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this one is less damaged.
What? There's some sort of like dark magic that you reanimate these guys? How does that work?
Look at that! There's so many cute houses. There you go.
Okay, well that's not even that impressive.
Yeah, they're. I mean, like, it's kind of expensive for the iron, but like, yeah, they'll protect your base for you. Look at
What's
this.
one?
The monsters
this
can't
one's
get
name?
through the berry bushes. I don't know. Get chat to give us a name. What's a good name, chat? Look, good job, bud. No one's given me a name. I'm gonna name. Oh, Gunther. There you go. Or his name is Gunther. Oh, there's like 10 houses out here that I missed. Someone else is building one over here. So that's the slave city, the slave market over there. This is the start of someone else's base. Look at all the berries. Wow.
I like that one section of the server went really communism and just built like public works and roads and for everybody, and these guys have went immediately into wine production and slavery. It's a very different approach to society.
I wondered where all the villagers were in one of those villages. That's hilarious. Okay, how do you get into this person's base? I guess here? Alright. I see. Looks like this is still in progress, but do you like it? It's like a giant wine barrel.
It's you got to clean up those walls. I
Yeah.
do like the outside.
Yeah.
The interior though, I need some more interior work on that one.
Someone else's base is here. It's small.
A grass floor, I mean, just like why
Are you even
wasting my
trying? Yeah.
time? Yeah.
I love that people have built all these roads. That's so funny. And incredible. Oh, look, a guard tower.
This is not RTX Minecraft.
Yeah, I don't have anything special right now. This house is for anyone that needs a place to stay. It's got a wooden couch, iron bars, and a single bed.
I bet there's so many bed bugs in that
No, so many.
filthy mattress.
Maybe I'll build an inn. Like, I'll go out to like a far end of the world and build an inn.
You should just like bump right up against Zero Skills Fishing Shanty.
He's gone
Build-
so far out, and I'm just like, I build a house right next door to him.
Hey neighbor. This is a kind of like a rustic cabin feel, although those unrefined floors again take me right out of it. Oh, you got a nice little bath here.
Yeah, this is cool. I like the ceiling. That's really nice. I like how they've done the
Uh-huh.
mix of materials.
This is a nice room. Now, this is what we were talking about earlier. This is not just an empty room. This room has a theme.
A purpose, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
It's
couch.
a thing. You got the running water, which is a nice touch. I think you score high on this room. You get back out here, you look at this unrefined floor, and you vomit a little bit in your mouth, but
I
you
like-
try to hold on to the memory.
This is nice too. The way that they've like framed up this painting. See, this
Is it
is
Street Fighter?
yeah, this is a default painting in the normal texture pack. Oh, is there nothing? Is this it? This is
No,
just
you
a
think-
living room. Looks like. Oh, I bet it's like a TV room.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
supposed to be a TV.
That's cool. Good job. I don't know why your TV room is off your bedroom, but I give you points for the design of that. It looks good.
Well, so you know, you want to keep the bed just for sleeping. That's a smart tactic. I've watched more Minecraft than I've played.
Oh, it's fine.
Are you meddling?
I didn't mean to. I was trying to open the door and I hit the wrong button, but it was fine.
What if somebody set up an amazing house? I mean, like breathtaking, but they also set up a switch that just blew it up, and you press the switch.
I would really feel upset by that.
Do you just throw them the win?
I probably wouldn't give him the win, because then that just looks like I'm giving it to him for guilt.
But you are guilty.
I am guilty, but that doesn't necessarily mean they meant to win. Okay, I think this one's still in progress. I think the interior layout needs to
But
be
look at
like
this-
more thoughtful, but I like how they're using like all the
Look
furniture.
at this.
And
Look at the exterior, though, Krista. You're not going
It
to sit there and
is.
tell me that this is a winning exterior.
this is not a winning exterior. The interior is cool though.
You had a really good room with that bath. The bath was inspired, but you got to do something about the little crenellated top. I get you got to do better than that. I need a
don't
roof.
think Feds can swim. If that's what it is.
Oh, did we see who that was? Did you punch a chest while you were in there?
I can. I can go back.
You don't need to go back. I was
It's
just
too late.
curious.
I'm already there. You know what? I don't think there was a chest inside one of these. I don't think it told me who it was. They may not have put a claim in.
How are they surviving without a chest?
But there was a chest, but it was empty. I don't know where. Their stuff's probably down in the mine. Well, there's a start of a train track here.
Is somebody sending you a telegraph there?
Yeah, it's not me. Who's is that? Is that Wendell's?
Oh, that's me. It's spam.
Oh, what's this? Oh, it's a cat farm. Meow, meow.
Wait a minute. There's like monsters. Oh, that's those same kinds of monsters.
Yeah, the iron golems.
Cats. I bet the cats like jump up on top of them and make biscuits, and it hurts them, but they don't react.
So someone has built. This is all. Wow.
User in there.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah.
Is
Wow.
something written on the front.
So this is a normal default Minecraft village down here, but this is all custom. Look, this is gonna be
This
a
is-
library. Wow.
This is the guy who enslaved the village and built his the master.
His
sword
empire. Yeah, actually, let's see. There's a villager here. Look. Come back, sir. He's selling paper and bookshelves. Hello, sir. There's quite a few villagers here.
A lot of
Wow.
people are stealing villagers. Although these guys are like free roaming villagers.
Yeah, the villagers will stay within like a certain amount of space of like their homes or their home beds. But you can steal them and then put them in a new bed and then they'll live there forever. And they'll do work for you. Like you can have farmer villagers. Look at this. This is all custom. This is a contender, I would say.
But once again, this is a massive, huge, sprawling thing, and some of this was pre-existing, right?
Some of it is pre-existing, but they have refined a lot of it.
So you're gonna give full points for that?
Well, here's the thing though. Like it'd be one thing if they just fixed the village, But they also built all of this.
George Sawyer.
Oh, this is not.
This whole
These-
thing, yeah, this is not default.
But the
at
little
all.
houses down there are.
The
right?
little houses are, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is good.
I want to see
I
where it's
feel like,
going, but
I want to see more individual rooms in this.
yeah,
'Cause
same.
Was it just the one big?
Yeah, it looks like this looks like it's gonna be a library because they put lecterns in and then they've got the enchanting table. I don't know what this room's for yet. But yeah, I would like to see more purpose.
Hit that. Hit the chest. Let's see who this is.
I'm a field. Yeah, most like these little rooms. These are all.
I
in the
give
game.
the White House looking one. I give that the edge on the architecture, but then you've got the village here, so it makes it feel more alive.
This is Mage and Warlock.
Oh, golden shovels. That's nice. I think some of this has been improved upon.
Let's get a
Like the gardens look like they've been improved upon. The roads have definitely been improved upon. I think they changed all this out too.
You know what? He's smart. He's enriching his community of slaves and making their output higher.
Yeah.
That's a strong strategy.
Yeah, like this is all new. He's protected them by putting this wall up. Oh, he's got a pit full of chickens. What is it with people and the pits full of chickens?
It's grotesque. I think
Oh, there's some bees.
we might
here.
have to pass some ordinances here on this Minecraft server for the protection of animals.
Rue's just slurping up some water over there. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Oh, it's a guest house. And they've made it all nice for the guests. Ree, let me out. What's this? What's this? Ooh woo. Oh, is this a mine? Yeah.
Just in case you guests want to do some mining.
While they're over there. We're all productive here. Well, this goes on a ways outside of town, looks like, too. Where's this go? Here's the dark forest. Oh, alright. Oh, and then you can get here from the nether portal. Alright. The nether network. Oh, look, someone did build a mushroom house. And it's got a little dock. Look how cute it is. Oh, look at this little drawbridge. Look. Guest. It's the guest shroom.
Oh,
I love
because
it.
it's a guest room. Wait, which house does the guest room go with?
I don't know. It says it's a. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. Techie something. I'm just gonna say Techie.
Yeah, well, he's right here in the chat.
So I'm gonna assume, yeah, his house is probably up here.
Now, was that an existing mushroom that they kind of hollowed out and?
Probably. The guest shroom. All right, there's the start of a building here. Oh, wait. We're just gonna go through the top.
Oh, a classic blunder. No entrance. Oh, here we go.
A little samey on the inside. I'm assuming this is probably gonna look like a giant mushroom eventually.
Now, if this is the bedroom, yeah, you gotta spruce it up a little bit. Flooring is nice.
Oh, look at this. This is where you come in at. So this is where I was supposed to come
Oh,
in.
now see that we got furniture here.
Yeah, that's cute with the big hearth. And then the clock over the mantle. I think this one will be one to watch.
I don't know why that bed's just laying there in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I think this is still very much under construction, but cool building. That's one to watch for sure.
Now, but let's take a better look at the exterior. I don't know how I feel about this exterior.
Well, right now the exterior is definitely kind of bland, but I think If they're doing anything like what they did with the where did it go? I lost it.
Yeah, the guest shroom
The
seems
guest
like more
shroom.
work, and the whole like dock and everything down there. I do like the idea of, like having a route to your house. I guess you have to have that when you're playing survival.
Yeah. Yeah, an easier way to go up. Yeah, this is cute. I think this will be another one. Like, it's very thematically relevant to the biome it's in with the mushroom styling. It feels like
I
you're
gotta
going on
tell
like a
you.
little enchanted path.
One of the big problems with this place, though, is like the amount of weed eating you're gonna have to do.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that's a problem with the dark forest biome is that once a mob spawns here, it stays forever because it's so dark. Oh, they've got their little oh,
But it doesn't
It's
look dark.
it's a little stable.
It's a little cramped in that stable. Once again, I feel like animals' rights really taking a beating on this.
There's
Minecraft
no
server.
water in here.
That's true.
Oh. I can't give them water. Sorry, fellas.
The water's there for an instant, and they try to get it, and it's
It's just gone. I don't know. That's promising. Is there any neighbors around here? It looks like they're kind of out in the middle of nowhere.
I like that. I think the further you are from civilization, you should get a little bit of a bonus.
I don't know if this is a man-made structure. Oh, it is because there's a crafting table. Someone else is building out here. Swamp theme. I'm amazed by how many biomes and stuff I've seen and how far people are building.
Oh, we
It's
got
a little farm out here. Big oceany area.
Figures that Krista would like a mushroom house. Yeah, and Zero Skills he had a really cool idea there, but boom, here comes
The
Tex
guest
Todfuck.
room.
The guest shroom really just stole his thunder. He's gonna have to shroom up his house a lot more.
There's some really good builds on here, and I'm really excited to see where they go.
Fuck those sandblocks in particular, right?
Sometimes you just want to destroy stuff.
All right, Krista, I thought we were picking you a house seat here.
I know, I'm kind of thinking I want to build around this area because I like this biome, but
Now, when you drop into survival, are you gonna have any idea where you are?
I have a rough idea of where I am. And there's a nether portal around here. Oh, what's this? Is this a house or is...
Okay, make sure you trade.
Oh, it is a house.
You try to sneak out, but
It's very the construction is very haphazard, but it's large.
jeez.
I'm not sure how you get into it, so I'm just going to go up here.
Well, the players are down there. They probably let you in.
Vampire.
Trump Tower construction site.
Oh my god.
There's not a single bit of gold in here.
I should have called it Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, I didn't mean to take their sandstone. Here you go. It's no longer golden, so...
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a gaping hole in the front of that thing you could go in?
Looked like it. I think this is just a big thing of sand that they're slowly hollowing out and to make into an office building.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
even see that.
There's some pucker in there.
That's another ambitious project.
Oh,
Oh, there you
press
go.
F. Look at that. That's so cute. I mean, that's not, like, it's not enough to win. Because, you know, obviously, like, it is just one little building, but that's really cute.
It's a nice touch, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's outside of the claim, though, because the whole property is so big. But I'm sure that no one would burn it.
I like that you're just encouraging people to do terrible things on our
No,
server.
I'm saying that I'm sure that they wouldn't do that as a way to win.
Someone's been down here. Oh, there's not much down here, actually.
A fraud. If you want the server IP, you got to go to the forum.
What? You what, mate?
Who?
What is this? There's just a random, Oh, is this off the nether? I see. I should build right here then, right?
Oh, you're in the middle of snow and the other one? Yeah, this is a good spot.
I mean, I need to find a good spot, like, to actually be on the ground a little bit, but...
You're also going to need to spend the entire rest of the weekend building your road out to the highway network.
Yeah. Well, look, the highway's not far from here. We're near the big village. There's a guest house down here. Is someone building here, or is this just natural stonework? Oh, it's definitely natural, because look. This is kind of cool right here.
Have you ever looked into serial killer doctors? I watched a confession video of a nurse who was the angel of death nurse in a nursing home. Whenever somebody made her mad, she just pumped them full of insulin until they died.
That's something, isn't it?
And the whole video, they're just talking to her, and finally they break her, and she starts going over the details. It's amazing in those confession videos how matter of fact they run through their crimes. That one guy, the Canadian military guy, he was a rapist serial killer, and he's just sitting there just walking him through it. He's like, oh yeah, I took a zip tie and put it around her neck, and I told her that if she did anything I didn't like, I was going to pull it, and her hands were handcuffed behind her back, so she couldn't, and then I just had my way with her.
Wow.
And the cops, they're trained to show empathy no matter how bad it gets, and that's got to be difficult the first time around. That's got to be difficult the 20th time around.
What are you thinking? Here? Here?
Well, we're still talking about your building spot?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to incorporate the mountain?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I like this spot. There's like a waterfall. It has water access. I can hook it up to the road easily. Hopefully one day I'll get internet out here.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of building a little bit close to your neighbor. He's got the life of solitude out here, and then you're just going to pop right in.
It's fine. I gotta wait till it's daylight before I go out of survive or out of fly mode.
Angry killing lady. I think she was. Hang on. Insulin killer nurse. Boom. Easy Google search. Elizabeth Wetlaufer. Oh wait, there's more than one. I think it's Elizabeth Wetlaufer.
Oh, what a name.
Wouldn't have been caught if she hadn't confessed. Yeah, this is her. So you can just Google her or YouTube her, and they have the confession video. That's here, I'll paste it. It's weird being able to actually like paste things in the chat during a stream. Oh, I'm not logged in on this window. Ah, WETTLAUFER. Is it a Minecraft feature or plugin? I think that's Bucket doing that. Or it might be the anti-grief. Where does she work these days? I believe in a Canadian prison, as she was a multiple murderer. Yeah, the zip tie is smart. He didn't come out and say it, but I assume that the zip tie was so that he could receive oral sex without having to worry about what I would do to somebody who tried to make me do that. But I don't think my mind would go to that place. Maybe it would. You know, it's hard to put yourself in the place of a multiple serial killer. I guess that's redundant. But the calmness, and they interviewed him later, and they were like, "Why did you tell him that?" And his answer was that he had, you know, at that point he just realized it was over. They had everything they needed, and he didn't want his wife to have to find out about it elsewhere. What are you doing?
I was like, oh, I'll start because it's, you know, it's still dark. And then I got destroyed, which was dumb. Oh, no.
Oh, so you're just gonna cheat a little bit here, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get back to where I was. I don't remember how I got out there. I don't think I'm even going the right direction. I think it was this way. I'll never find that spot again until I do the judging.
Imagine your jaw rotting out and then you dying because of it.
Wasn't that a plot
Looks like
line in
a-
The Grudge?
What does that have to do with anything? It happened to that movie reviewer. That was horrific. Are you back at spawn?
Yeah. That was dumb. Okay.
Tech companies are moving from California to Texas. It's funny how it's like, you know, they go to a place and they ruin it. And then once it's ruined, they're like, oh, we should leave.
Oh, I'll come back to spawn. I'm coming.
Another thing, Krista, I think that you got to be careful because these, you know, these communists on the server are going to offer to give you free stuff. You got to turn it down.
I will have to turn it down. That actually, that has happened to me before on Minecraft servers, and it really annoys me because I'm like, I'm trying to get my stuff legit, okay?
Texas is going to be communist in 5 years. I don't know. I think the Hispanic portion of the population is deeply divided on that because you have some who really are just taking advantage of the system, and then you have the ones that aren't, and they seem to be fiercely independent. So maybe it won't, you know, be completely like that. I'm talking about Mexicans, at least. I don't know how about the rest of the South Americans feel on that front. Elon Musk is moving. Elon Musk for sure has houses all over the West, right?
He's like Max on this server.
He's definitely got one in Vegas.
Cuba did communism just, well, I don't know if they did it just fine. I don't think the people were particularly happy under the communist reign in Cuba. Remember Tony Montana? He killed Cubans, or he killed communists for fun. I think if
I forgot we have to
there's
go through berry country.
there's the earthquakes and the whole falling into the ocean thing, but I might be willing to risk that for that climate if it weren't such a hellhole, like politically and demographically. You ready for UN China peacekeeping troops? I don't know. What aren't we done writing? They got their way.
No, I think we're facing riots from the other side now.
Nah, I think we probably would have already had that. And if you were gonna have that, you would need Trump saying like, "Let's do it" when it happened. I think he's gone too long.
I don't know.
Oh, shit,
When it gets closer to the middle of January, he might be like, "Okay, now it's time to activate" or whatever.
It's tough though to
Stand
get people
back
to
and
riot.
stand by.
Getting people to riot in the middle of January is going to be a lot harder to do than in the middle of the summer.
Oh, here we are.
Was that character flying?
He's got an elytra. That's legit.
A what?
There's an object in the game now that you can fly with, but you have to have rockets in your inventory to do it. So like, did you hear that little phew? That was him using it.
No, I can't hear your game. Oh,
Ah.
maybe I can. Oh, I can hear myself if I do that. Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, he's flying with the elytra. That's not cheats, if that's what you're worried about. Okay, I know where we are now. I didn't know you could access this through the overworld. It's not too far of a run back. I need to get a bed.
First time you step on a needle. Yeah, but I'm thinking like you won't be doing that. Oh, look, this guy's got the,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Alright, this is where I was looking at building.
You ever notice, that the different, like the Sunni Shia thing, they have distinct head covering patterns. Like one is picnic table and the other one is different.
I've never paid attention to that, actually. I
Yeah,
didn't
and
notice
so
it.
you can tell who's who. And I was watching the Pakistani reaction channel.
Right.
And they go further in terms of like how long your turban is unraveled. It's like that's what clan you belong to.
Circle of the Saints, Mage, Luck, Shadow Priest, Warrior.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat.
I was drinking water. That's not COVID.
He says,
the,
knowing he has COVID.
When the water bottle gets down to the end, you kind of suck air through it, and always it gets me every time. It's very expensive to run for president, unfortunately. I would like to believe
Once,
that someone with a really good message and someone who was genuine could run for president without all that money.
But
But in
no.
my heart, I know that's
Yeah.
not true. Because Ron Paul, poor Ron Paul, he had a little bit of money, but they wouldn't put him on TV.
Why didn't you stop it? I love all those memes. I mean, they're sad, but also funny.
You know what's really sad is that video of him having a stroke.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. You can see it happen, like, in real time.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
tanking right.
Sanders was kind of like another Ron Paul. Yeah, a little bit crazier in my opinion. But certainly treated the same way. Although with Ron Paul, it was the Republican Party doing it. So that just goes to show you that both parties will happily just crush an outsider. Not that Sanders is an outsider. It's crazy how, like in that world of politics, and I guess you just sort of build a callus to this, but your opponent will fucking destroy you. Oh,
My server just got disconnected. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
oh no! Oh,
No,
hang
don't
on,
look at this chat. Don't look
I'll
at it.
reboot it. I'll reboot it. Hang on. So that's what we've been contending with.
I think I still have it up. Let me look at it. I think I've still got the terminal up.
I was like, oh, there's some sheep nearby. I should get a bed. And then I went to finish cutting down that tree, and then it was done. Restart? Yeah, maybe a planned restart, actually. I have to look at the forum again.
Oh yeah, I think it's on a schedule now, because apparently there's a memory leak.
3.
Oh yeah, I'm not connected anymore.
I'm in. I'm in.
Okay, yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah, that was planned. Everything's fine, chat. Don't worry, it's fine.
Up the player limit. I don't know if we're ready for that.
We may be over the weekend if a lot of people try to get on and it's always full.
Yeah, but I mean the performance is.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's held solid for the last couple days, it's probably okay. You don't need that piece, Krista.
I want it.
You really don't need that one. This is completely unnecessary, Krista.
It's important because otherwise those leaves will just sit there forever and it'll look weird. Okay.
All right. So, what is the? What are we going to building our foundation out of today?
Well, we're definitely going to start with wood because that is the most prevalent material that we have currently.
That's really boring.
It is pretty boring, but it's also prevalent. And since we're doing survival, we can't be too crazy right off the bat.
But you are a Minecraft professional.
Yeah. Actually, I need to get a sheep before I do anything else.
That's how I start every construction project.
I need a sheep to really kick this off.
Sorry, I had to leave. I shit my pants.
Excuse me?
Okay, Pickle Jeff. Could you maybe just walk us through what led to that? You know what? You know how I know? 2 reasons I know that Cyberpunk is a really good game.
Because you can poop your pants during it?
Well, no, I don't poop my pants, but when I pee, I really, really need to pee. And so it's like, oh yeah, I just kept putting off that pee, even though it was becoming increasingly uncomfortable. And the bigger one is I can go for longer periods of time without eating and not caring. Which, yeah, I don't usually have that going on. I feel like probably the 3 of us have a, we're sort of like a gradient on how much we can tolerate being hungry.
Yeah. I feel like I can't tolerate it very well.
Well, I was going to put you on the can tolerate.
Really?
Yeah.
That's something
'Cause you
I've
don't
discovered
eat.
about myself hiking is that if I start to get hungry, like, it's over. Like, I have to stop and take a
Really?
break or I get upset. Yeah.
See, I was going to put Wendell on that end because I feel like I've never seen anybody attack their food with the level of lust that he does.
It's true.
I do love some good food. You know what I had today that I haven't had in years? Homemade banana pudding. And it was like I was deliberately eating very slow to prolong the experience.
Now, is this the kind of situation where you were only going to get a little bit?
No, there's a huge tub of it, and I'm actually going to ration it. I'm going to see if I can get it to last at least a week.
You got to go buy a tub of whipped cream and cut it with that. Make it last longer.
It has been so long since I had homemade banana pudding. I forgot how delicious it was.
Now, did you get it warm or did you get it cold?
No, I like it cold. I don't like it warm. I like it with the pudding cold, and then a freshly made like egg meringue, or not meringue, but like the egg whipped topping thing. So that hot, but the pudding cold, and that's perfect.
That's very specific. I find that you don't like warm banana pudding. I prefer it warm.
Really?
So good. But the ones, the stuff they make at the store is the banana flavor. It's wrong. I don't know what they're doing in there. I think they're using banana pudding as their base.
They are, yeah. They use vanilla. I don't know.
How many pancakes do you think you could crush? Pancakes are a bad because like pancakes can be so many different shapes and sizes. Banana pudding is a condiment for vanilla wafers. Now, Wendell, do you like?
That's a good
here's another
take.
question. Here's a good banana pudding question. Do you prefer all of your wafers to be submerged and soft, or do you like some crunchy ones added at the last second?
Yeah, so you garnished it with the crunchy ones. Like you take the dish, and like the dish has a like the whole inside of the dish is coated, and then the banana pudding goes on top of that. It's like lasagna, and then you add some more vanilla wafers, and so it makes a nice, layering effect. But then the very last layer that goes between the egg and like the hot and the cold part, that's vanilla wafers.
Probably using the ancient banana flavor. No, I think the banana flavor they're using is whoever makes the pudding.
As opposed to what?
I guess there's an industrial one that they get. But you don't use banana pudding, or you don't use banana pudding flavor for banana pudding. That's a confusing thing to explain. But you use vanilla pudding.
Ripe bananas will give you more than enough banana flavor.
Yeah, the banana is something that kind of it's like cantaloupe. It just infects all the other flavors that it gets around.
Yeah.
Oh, I just remembered that I gave the cats catnip bananas earlier and I didn't take them back yet. They're going to be so strung out.
What's going on, man?
What an incredible societal thing that Minecraft is. I mean, it became such a phenomenon in the culture. And even now, it's going strong.
It's a great game. It's the first real PC game I ever played.
And it's generated, billions that we know about. And the creator will probably be buried in the history books because he got a little weird there at the end. Some stuff I agree with, but the culture doesn't. What's the concept? That's a good question, man.
I'm gonna build into the mountain. I'm gonna build like a little inn, I think.
What is the name of this inn gonna be?
Didn't we talk about that once? It was gonna be the Sticky Piston if it was a gay bar.
Well, you didn't say it was gonna be a gay bar. You said it's gonna be an inn.
Okay, we came up with some, no, I think it was the Blaze Rod. If it was gonna be a.
The Sticky Piston is that's the name for the gay bar in Minecraft. Because it's an allegory. Can there ever be a Minecraft 2? I doubt it. Doesn't seem like that's the way they're going. They seem to be just adding to this.
Which I'm into.
But I don't know. Is he working on anything? I think he's retired, right?
Oh yeah, I don't blame him either.
I thought he was doing something in retirement, but he didn't want to talk about it because that was distracting.
I don't know. I mean, this is obviously the product of a severe mental, I don't want to say disability, but abnormality. As are many video games, I feel like. I've been playing Slasher's Keep. Well, before I got Cyberpunk, I was playing Slasher's Keep. That's an amazing little indie game. The art style, Krista, I think that you would enjoy the art style in that game because it's so unique.
What's the name of it?
Slasher's Keep.
I don't know if I've heard of that. Until
It's,
just now.
you know, it's what the chat might call an Aspie game. But more approachable. It's not like, you know, hard to figure out how to play. It's kind of like a Skyrim style combat system. How many rooms is this inn gonna have?
I'm not sure yet. I can kind of build back into this mountain over here, so I may build it up. I haven't decided yet.
Are you gonna have any kind of policies like no Irish or something like that?
No, it's open to everybody.
I think that could be a problem. What do you think of Cyberpunk? We talked about that quite a bit on the news today. I like it. I think it's not revolutionary, but it's fun. And as far as sandbox games go, I think it's pretty solid. A lot of storytelling. Krista, I think you would actually like it.
Oh shit.
I think here's the thing about that's like a special zombie.
Yeah, he's a drowned. When they spawn in water, they do this.
Is he any different otherwise?
He'll drop different loot than a zombie. Sometimes they'll drop like a trident, I think.
How far did I move the dick slider? Well, the dick, it's not a slider, it's a preset. So there's normal, small, and large. I went normal. Can you kill anyone in Cyberpunk? I've not tried to kill just randos at this point. You probably could, although it'd probably be very difficult because of the like level scaling system. They probably make it hard to kill the important characters. But I haven't Cyberpunk, the thing about it is the story is so engaging that I haven't gotten bored and wanted to just randomly kill characters. Yeah, the cops are a little bit of a hair trigger in that game, which I kind of like because it raises the stakes. You can't just go off and shooting random people. What is this archway here? Is this going to be some kind of like wedding altar?
It's just telling me where the door is going to be.
Police are oddly realistic. Well, I would think that if we were living in this dystopian future, the police would be like that, right?
Only if we were. Not that we are.
But also they do the like private trauma teams where you basically your insurance includes a helicopter that flies in and protects you, which is just a great story element. It's good at the world building stuff. I don't like the combat as much because it's bullet spongy, but even that is kind of growing on me.
It was funny when I saw, I was watching some streams of it, and I saw how many bullets it was taking to kill any enemy, and I was like, Ryan's gonna hate that.
I definitely, it's not great. I think maybe what helps them get away with that is that it doesn't feel as much like a shooter as it does an RPG. And if it were turn-based, I wouldn't be bothered by that. I don't know. Maybe I might be trying to forgive things about it, but I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and probably play it. So how much of a better review can you give it then I want to keep playing it.
I think, was it Shroud? One of those bigger streamers. I think he actually's already finished the game. It's been like 3 days.
Wow, that's probably going pretty close to around the clock, I would think.
Yeah.
Also skipping a lot of content.
Well, I think he's gonna play some more, but like he finished the main storyline.
Campaign is 20 hours, and it's been out for what, 72?
Yeah.
Where is Job?
Game is 5 games altogether. I guess it kind of is. The one part, another part, well, the least favorite part for me so far is the driving, because they didn't improve on that at all over GTA. It's still all really clunky, and I guess driving with a keyboard's always going to be like that. But I find myself like, there'll be something a couple of kilometers away, and it's like, oh god, I gotta drive.
I'll see one of the reviews I read, someone was like, oh, the driving's one of the best parts of the game, like exploring the city.
Yeah, like exploring the city's fun, but the actual driving part I don't like.
Can you drive in third-person mode? Because I don't think it was designed for driving in first-person mode.
Yeah, you press Q to change the camera.
It probably works a lot better in third person.
Oh, I only drive in third person. Although one of the few bugs I experienced was at one point the game just stopped responding to that, and I had to drive in first person. It's really annoying.
I run into the bug where you can't pick anything up a few times.
Yeah, the public transit, they've got a self-driving car service that's part of the storyline. I know there's fast travel. There's like little fast travel nodes that you can get. Boom, you've done it, you've claimed it, Krista.
I haven't claimed it. Because I have the claim by the spawn area, I have to get a golden shovel for this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
better get on it. Did Kentucky get money to build out fiber? I don't know if they did this year, but I know they have in the past. Oh, if you're talking about the recent FCC thing, we were one of the states, yeah.
Shit.
How much DLC will they release? That's a good question. It does seem, didn't they, with The Witcher, didn't they give a lot of that away?
Yeah. I think that they'll probably have teams working around the clock to get more content in.
Can we have off for Christmas, boss? No. I miss my family and my kids.
I don't know. Did we sell 1 billion copies? But sir, that's not realistic. How much money for the telecoms to finish? I'm holding out that Lord Musk comes in and disrupts the industry and forces them to compete. I mean, I really don't want to put my faith in him, but what else do we have at this point?
I don't know what.
We have Mitch McConnell. What are you talking about?
You know, somebody brought up a great argument, and I definitely think that there was something fishy about the election. But if I were playing 40 chess as a politician, would it be more valuable to beat McConnell in his race than beating Trump in his? Wouldn't you get more out of that if you were the Democratic Party?
That seems likely.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
How do I get out of here?
how
I was
did you
like-
get in?
I could walk in, but I can't get out. I think I can get out.
That's-
I'll find a way out.
Isn't this the slaver? That's the point. You're
Oh.
his now. Generic Canadian, is this your first time playing Minecraft? I think you might be in over your head on this server.
The game does not. It never. I mean, it's gotten better, but it's never held your hand. Like you just kind of have to get in and then start building and figure stuff out as you go.
There's the /stuck command.
Oh, okay, just the one I can't get out of. All right.
But yeah, I mean, maybe if you dedicate every single minute of your life from now to the end of the contest, you could compete with some of those other builds as a newbie.
You don't know. He might be a really great builder.
He says now, like he just bought Minecraft and now he has to learn how to play it because he's on the server.
Oh, okay.
I think he bought it for this purpose.
This is a great game.
Oh, you haven't played since 2010. Well, you know the
okay.
basics. Were you just doing some lawn work here?
Yeah.
It was a free beta then. I don't remember how much I paid for Minecraft originally, but it was a hilariously small amount because it was those early days. And I remember being like, should I really do this? This game looks stupid.
And then you spend hours just building one thing.
Yeah, I did spend a long time in my initial Minecraft playthrough. But that's what I was talking about with like Cyberpunk. The other game that made me just not eat was DayZ. And we would sit there for the entire fucking night just being hungry and cold.
That was fun. I miss that. Times were simpler then.
Yeah, I remember having a good time.
That was before my time, and I remember everyone in the office played. And like we'd go to lunch and it was just DayZ talk the entire time.
DayZ is great. It was. I don't know if it is now. Did you like the original Deus Ex? I played that. I never played it when it came out. I played it later a little bit, but I never played it all the way through. The Cyberpunk is more approachable than that game for sure. But it does have that sort of like RPG over shooter feel in some ways. Yeah, I think the draw distance is turned down a little bit to try to salvage the buggy server. Fishing dock hype. You should go and block for block copy that mushroom house. Just to flex.
I need a better pun though for mine.
No, and
I
your
don't know
sign-
that there is a better pun though.
Your sign has to say the original guest room.
Oh. And then they go down the river a little bit and they see that one. They're like, wow, that's just awful to blatantly copy someone like that.
This one's clearly the original.
I still haven't made a bed. I keep getting distracted. I need to find more sheeps.
I think you need to build a bridge.
I do need to build a bridge, but I need to get a bed so if I die, I don't have to run as far. I guess there's the one over here I could sleep in just to reset my spawn.
You're in the communist part of the server. Yeah, if you don't see any slavery going down or a giant berry plantation, then you're probably in the communist part. What happens if multiple people claim the same bed like that? Is there a conflict?
I don't know.
Does that guy have wings.
Yeah, he's got that elytra thing.
Are there Smurfs in Minecraft?
Nah,
I don't.
that's
how would that work?
Overwatch. I've had a decent week in Overwatch.
Is it? Is there like a certain thing that brings you back to like feeling it again, or does it just random?
I don't know. I just started playing. I was like, I'll play a little bit. I hadn't really played Overwatch in a while. Oh, what are you doing?
Is the entire competitive gaming scene just on hold?
I'm not sure because I know with Overwatch they usually did it in person, so people could. Sorry, I'm like thinking about what I need to do for the build and also what I need to do. They had put it. They usually do it in one place so they don't have to worry about people's hardware being like compromised in some way. But
Yeah,
I
that makes
think,
sense.
but I think they're doing it remotely now. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't really keep up with it as much as I used to, like in terms of the actual pro scene. Don't.
StarCraft and Overwatch is all work from home. I guess there's. What's going on here?
I don't know.
What is Sprout doing?
He's taking all my stone.
This is like a social contract kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I appreciate it, but also like, don't. Watch me just suck for a while, okay? I'm just trying to figure out my build.
He's like, oh, well, clear this player's retarded. let me jump in here.
I don't want all of it cleared though. I want to keep some of it. Like he's clearing all of it. I don't. This wasn't supposed to be in the email.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to attack this person.
I think he's
I know
he's clearly better geared than me.
He's a little geared up, but you got to do it, for the
Nice.
sanctity of.
But
your,
I don't want him to clear all of this though. Like I want to build. Stop.
Well, you got to say something. This is clearly not somebody who's listening. I can feel the anxiety building here.
Stop.
Do you all own a tactical flashlight? I got one of those big mag lights, but obviously the new hotness is the rechargeable LEDs. And I was looking into some of those, but I'm afraid that's not a good emergency flashlight because either leave it on charge all the time or it's not charged when you need it. This is why autism is on the rise. Oh, guys, this is Minecraft. I mean, come on.
You ever
This is
read
Minecraft with level 1 foreign participants.
Do you ever read like the list of symptoms for autism? You kind of read it and you're like, I kind of recognize myself here and I don't know how to feel about
Yeah.
it.
But I think a lot of that also is that everybody has some degree of that.
Right.
And
That's and that's the other thing too. I'm like, am I just reading too much into it?
Yeah. Well, I think some parts of autism, and maybe I'm just saying this because I'm trying to like make myself feel better about it, but it's just self-awareness would make you think that you have some of those symptoms, because people who don't have any self-awareness would not realize that they're doing any of that. But then it can circle all the way back around to where you're paranoid, but you're still doing the wrong things. Oh, you're not going to be able to sleep.
No, I did. I think he installed something.
Well, how does that work?
It's a server mod, I think, that one of our mods put in that
But
will
so
allow.
is-
It's like a certain number. Have to sleep this way. Oh no.
So what happens if somebody's not sleeping?
Oh come on. God, I hate skeletons.
Me too. Sometimes it feels like they're just like inside.
They're everywhere.
You ever seen this $700 flashlight? I've not. Why would there be a $700 flashlight?
Because people have more money than sense.
Same way there's a $600 pair of headphones.
Yeah.
I was watching one of those cop shows one time, and the guy was like, going up to a scene of a crime. He was like, "Oh, I forgot to charge my flashlight because they're all on rechargeable flashlights." It's like, dude, that you could die.
Did you think about this at all?
Yeah, but we've also lost 200 theories. And a death sting.
What do you think about the idea that not all humans have consciousness and are just reactionary drones?
Well,
No, I
that's
don't think I
very
would
not
buy into that.
binding.
I definitely, like there's the whole NPC thing where some people just blindly follow whatever's easy. But I don't think that means they don't have a consciousness. They're just, I think there's it's been proven, well, I don't know if proven is the right word, but the whole Neanderthal thing,
Clear bounce, clear bounce.
whatever the next step was, the closer to us, was just down at the Neanderthal cave, just diddling them because they were basically, special needs, but you could bang them. And we've all got a little bit of different amount of Neanderthal in us. And that's got to have an effect.
I wish the all the genetic testing places weren't just ways to, have all your shit on file, because that would be interesting to know.
I've also seen some people who tested it multiple times and didn't get the same results.
Yeah. I'm amazed how many of those services exist for dogs. People
Again,
really
I've
want to
definitely
know.
but I've seen those come back different as well.
Yeah, like Ruse, when I got her from the whatever, the whatchamacallit, oh crap. The rescue, her paperwork said she was part wiener dog, and I was like, no. This dog has no wiener dog in it. It's way too big. Well, that's what her paperwork said.
You met someone who was just muttering. So when I was at the store the other day, one of the store employees was like stocking stuff, and he came up behind me and he was saying stuff, and I couldn't make it out. And I was like, was he just talking to himself? And I assumed that he was like on a Bluetooth or something, but then I didn't see it.
Maybe he was
And
just
then I
talking to
was-
himself.
Yeah, I was so okay, that's normal. But then I was going a little bit further, and then there was another girl, and she was like, I walked past her, and she was talking to herself.
We watched that video of progress.
And I was like, what's going on here?
Are we all kind of losing it in quarantine?
Yeah,
Maybe.
killed 2 of them at a time.
Could have imagined both of them. Now, technically, you don't have to remove that block.
No, but it bothers me because they're not even.
Are you gonna get Ruse genetics tested? Well, I think they did, right?
Well, they said it was their best guess about what she was, but
Which
I
means
d-
they have a dartboard in the back.
yeah, and they just hit lab mix.
Frequently talk to yourself walking around campus at 3 a.m. Yeah, maybe that's a little different than the
9
daily section at Meyer.
Brett's Sarah Striker.
Lab mix. You do. Everybody who talks about their dog talks about lab.
That's really common though, because labs are just, everyone has a lab.
Just, yeah, street trash.
I mean, Ruza Mutt, she's part lab, but part something else, probably pit.
I've been watching more of that Puma channel. And they've got a fucking cheetah and a puma. And they just got them out in the yard. They're throwing the ball around. They're chasing each other. And it's like, what are you going to do if this gets out of hand?
We never thought this would happen.
And then the answer is you're gonna die. Because sometimes my cats, you know, they're not violent, but they will get a little spooked and, you know, just do weird stuff. Jump out of my arms or something violently or whatever. But if a puma does that, there's no coming back from that. But the cheetah had a birthday, and they gave her a pair of butterfly wings. That's the most adorable thing you've ever seen. But like, can you imagine this Chinese factory that's pumping out butterfly wings for pets? Did they ever imagine that there would be a cheetah?
Have you seen I think it's an Onion article where it's like, it's from the perspective of a Chinese factory worker, and he's like, every time they tell us to make one of these things, I think, who's buying this shit? And then they come back with a new order next month, and they want more.
Yeah, it is crazy. Because think about you're a Chinese low-level factory worker. You've probably got a little bit of an idea of what's going on in America, just, you know, because our culture is pervasive. But then again, you got the firewall, so maybe not. And you're making like MAGA paraphernalia. And they keep telling you got to make more faster because the Americans can't get enough of it. Have you seen the South African who has cheetahs as his pets? Now, these are Russians that I'm watching. They've only got the one, but I mean, it's just in their yard. But it's a very loving animal. I would love to have that cheetah.
Aren't they kind of anxious? I've heard that.
I don't know. She's kind of demure and, you know, very loving and, like, you know, attention focused.
I've heard that, like, cheetahs in zoos a lot of times have to have, like, a companion.
Have you seen the video of Chinese professor talking about Biden corruption? Do you think the Chinese disinformation campaigns will now switch to Biden, or are they happy with Biden? I saw that they're going after Hunter Biden. Finally.
Oh, yeah, on his taxes.
Well, not just that, but there's a Chinese connection there.
Some gizmos and gadgets.
The cheetah would love to have you. I think that the cheetah, though, the problem with the cheetah is it is very high maintenance because you have to, like, you know, get it out. And they've got a nice little enclosure. I think they made a lot of YouTube money off the puma, and now they've expanded into cheetah, and they have like a really high budget. Also, they feed it. I don't know if they feed it how many times a day, but they feed it 3 little Cornish game hens stuffed with horse meat. So what do you think that costs every day?
That's probably not cheap. Wonder why horse meat?
Because it's cheaper.
Oh.
It's basically, you know, when a horse dies of some other cause. It's not like they're butchering horses. Isn't that McDonald's? It's probably way more expensive than McDonald's. I am Puma. Well, I don't know about Instagram, but I assume they're the same. But this is YouTube. It's a YouTube channel. And they've now got the I am Gerda, which is the cheetah. Gerda.
Wow, dude, ski free is where it was at. That's gonna run you about $20, my friend.
It all depends on what Biden does to China. I've read that the Biden camp. Krista, are you building with dirt?
Just right now, so I have a placeholder. So I know where I'm going to put the walls. That's why I
But
said
the,
some of them look like early builds. Like, you use that as a placeholder.
Okay, I got you. I think the Biden camp has said that they are not going to go any further with the China stuff, but they're not going to try to dismantle it.
Going full circle there.
Which sucks if you're ZTE. Gerda is a good ant name. Not sure about a puma. Well, these are Russian names. I can't remember the name of the owners. I think the girl's name is Masha.
It's a good, strong Russian name.
She's hilarious because it's all subtitled, of course. They're speaking Russian, but her like pet names for the cats translated is just funny because it's a constant stream of, you know, beautiful, precious, wonderful princess, beautiful girl.
Who's taking this?
That's how you talk to your animals. It's the respect they deserve.
That's not how I talk to my animals. One of my favorite things to do is when Crouton gets all adorable and starts they just started meowing on cue there and rolling around and stuff. I'll pet him, and while he's way into it, I'll tell him how he's a terrible cat.
You're so dumb. We do that with Rue sometimes. Like, we'll just call her stupid while we pet her.
But I do it in a very loving tone.
Yeah.
And also,
they don't know the
another
difference.
Another thing I like to do is like I'll be petting them and I'll ask them who the best cat is, and the answer is always the other one.
Range stack on start.
Joe Biden took showers with his daughter? Oh, I've never heard that. You're very scattered. I expected your builds to be more focused, but you seem to just kind of like flip from place to place.
I do kind of do that. Well, and like, I have to see how things are turning out as I go.
Don't worry about it.
And then it's like, oh, is that right? No, I don't like that. Yes, I like that.
Oh, dude, I'm in my room with my bed in the corner.
I'm not sure how 300 million people come up with two very not normal grandfathers to speak to large numbers of people. Well, it's worse than that. They're also making a lot of decisions. But the answer is because we really don't have that much say in it. It gets whittled down to the grandfathers before we ever get a chance to get involved. And even then, there's a lot of questions to how involved we are. What is this? Some sky stairs going on here?
It's gonna be the opening to the inn.
Yeah, we found
Okay.
pizza
All right.
bowl.
Oh, yeah,
That's good.
it takes a little bit to look like something, but it's getting there. It'll get there.
Ever notice how compulsive liars will always add little details to the tales that don't really make sense? Now, you know, I've heard that, you know, like if you're going to talk to the cops or whatever, the last thing you want to do is start throwing in extra details. But then I've also heard, you know, like really successful liars say that layers are important for successful lying. But here's a pro tip, chat. The tactic you want to take when you're talking to the cops is to never do that ever, no matter what. And you might be thinking, what if I have to? You never have to. Your lawyer might have to, but you should never.
That's tons.
Krista, what if you build, you know, you make a pretty nice little building here, and then you choose your winner, and you know, they're telling you about their build, and they're like, yeah, I spent a long time on this. I made it really good. Unlike that one out near the plantation. Jesus.
Have you seen that inn? It looks like garbage. I mean, I stayed there when I was a low-level player, but
I kept vomiting in my mouth. Anything you say can be used against you could, and nothing can be used. It can be, but it won't be. That's the thing about it. Prosecutor's never going to touch it, and they don't have to. Even like if you say something to the cops that is completely true and completely explains your situation or gives you an alibi, they can just choose not to use it. They don't have to like present that in court, which is insane.
You know the you know the it's like I'm trying to think how I can describe it in a generic way, but you'll know what I'm talking about. You know the little town that got a McDonald's near where we're from, and everybody was like super excited, and there was that little like bar tavern thing not far from there. There was a guy that lived in those houses on the hill across from the McDonald's, and he drove to the bar, but he had a bunch of like a lot to drink, and so he just was in his car in the parking lot. But you know how the parking lot is really just like kind of just the shoulder of the road. A policeman stopped at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, or this is like a friend of a friend, I guess. And it was like, "What are you doing?" And it's like, "Oh, I was at the bar. They closed. I'm sleeping in the car, and until morning." And he's like, "Well, you got to move your car." And he's like, "I can't. I had something to drink." He's like, "You got some equipment or clean something coming through here?" And the guy was like, "No, you got to move your, you got to move your car." And he's like, "I don't understand. There's nobody here but us. Why do I have to move the car? It's like I'm at least 8 feet away from the road." And he's like, "Just move your car." And he's like, "But I had something to drink." He's like, "Don't worry about it. Just need you to move your car." So he moved his car like 20 feet, and they arrested him
Immediately, yeah.
for DUI.
Was he not in the driver's seat? Because I don't even think it matters. If you're in the driver's seat, even if it's not running, they can get you.
No, he was asleep in the back seat.
Yeah, that's one of those situations where, like, if you don't move your car, that's going to be a ticket. And if you do, that's going to be a felony. But it is, I mean, people are so, this is part of the problem is, people assume that the cops have their best interest in mind.
Or that they're not lying when they say, "You'll be fine if you move the car," and then you're not.
Wendell's mic is really low. Krista, you have to turn him up in Discord.
Oh, yeah.
But that was just like, that actually went to the judge. And the judge was like, "You did what now?" And the judge let him off. But the judge was like, "You can't be doing that."
But there was no punishment, I bet.
No, there was no punishment, which is wrong. And it took like a year. And for that year, he didn't have a driver's license, which is a problem where we're from.
I love those confession videos. The cop is always like, listen, I can't help you unless you talk to me, which technically is true. But the other part of that he's not saying is, even if you do talk to me, I won't help you. It just also happens to be true that I can't. Abolish the police 1312? Are you talking about the year 1312?
Oh, say that again. How many did you say?
There we go. It's starting to look something like a house. A little bit.
But it's not a house, Krista. It's an inn.
It is an inn. You're right,
Well,
technically. A gusher.
Mmm. Those are so disgusting.
It's just pure corn syrup.
You wonder, were they sitting around at the the Gusher R&D kitchen, and one of the they were just kind of like throwing their hands up. They hadn't had a breakthrough in a while, and one of the chefs / scientists was just like, "Why don't we just feed them pure fucking corn syrup?"
They're like, brilliant.
God damn it, Dave, that might work. Cuban Coca-Cola tastes much better because it's sugar cane. You can get the throwback, and you can get the Mexican Pepsi products, and I'm so disappointed in myself that I prefer the syrup.
I don't know. I think I've had the real sugar. I don't notice a big difference between Pepsi real sugar and.
I've not tried Pepsi, but the Mountain Dew. I don't know. It seems like it's the flavor is not as sharp or something. Like it's a sort of a softer, more sugary flavor, which is weird because isn't corn syrup considerably sweeter than table sugar?
I think so.
Now you had a purple shovel. How did you already have an enchanted item?
That was a gift.
Oh, so you're saying that was a cheat?
It was technically. I can throw it away.
Was that from what's his name? That was over.
Yeah.
You don't have to throw it away. I'm just busting your balls. She immediately grabs it.
I'll take it. I mean, it makes it quicker.
I would, even if I were going to fault you for those kinds of, even if it mattered to me, on this server, it seems like everybody's getting a helping hand.
Yeah, everyone's helping each other.
Mexican Coke has syrup in it now? Oh, the poor
Aw.
Mexicans. Should I buy a VR headset? Well, there's a lot of factors that we have to consider. Do you have a reliable source of income?
First and foremost.
That's the first question. The second question is, like, what's your monthly budget already? Do you have this money set aside? Are you borrowing this money? The third and most important question, have you been to the level 1 Patreon yet?
Listen, if you can get a bank loan for like 2%, don't even worry about it. Just do it.
It's wonderful advice as the economy spirals.
I mean, like 2%, you can earn more than that in cash back.
You know what a VR helmet's going to be really useful for is you can crank up the audio and drown out the Trump riots in January.
I was going to say the screams of the healthcare workers as they all start to protest.
Might be able to bullshit it as a business expense. So I've heard that streamers are saying that they'll be able to write off the $1,500 PS5s. I don't think you're gonna get a receipt from a guy selling it on Craigslist. Have they made another, like, the Half-Life game is the only, like, must-have VR game at this point, right? Is there another big one that came out?
Not that I'm aware of.
To me, VR is too much of an investment in terms of not buying it, but every time I want to play it, going through the setup.
Yeah. You have to have like it feels like you have to have a dedicated room for it. And most people don't have that, myself included.
But even then, you know, you're getting it all ready and putting it on, and it's just such a ritual. You're gonna get Beat Saber. That's just because the gyms are awful now. You need resistance. Beat Saber's not gonna give you resistance. Yeah, I don't know about the hot VR technology. I really haven't been keeping up with it very much.
Ow.
Scarcity marketing, it fucking works. I mean, look at Nintendo. They've been using that for years. Krista, you don't even have a sword. You're just,
No.
You're really being lazy here.
Listen, it's
You're
about
gonna
building.
die.
I'm
You're
fine.
gonna die.
Technically, we're all gonna die. Some of us just a little faster than others.
But yeah, I think the whole idea of like never make enough Although, a lot of that money is going into the aftermarket, but it is also building hype. So is it worth it in the long run? Maybe they don't even know. Oh, the VR with the internal. How do those work, though? Are those as good? That seems like a huge leap for a small amount of time. Uh-oh. What happened?
Hmm?
Window's gone again.
I ordered oh, there's more iron here. I ordered some of my presents this week, like my last few Christmas presents, and one of them was like, it's gonna come in on the 23rd, and I was like, oh shit, that's really close. But I got an email today saying it would be in on the 14th.
I've consistently been getting Amazon estimates, and they've been beating them.
See, I have a pair of gloves that I ordered back at like the very end of November, and they're still not in, and I'm gonna have to tell Amazon, you know, you really let me
Is
down,
that,
Lord Bezos.
You got to look at the fulfilled by line when you're buying, because if it's fulfilled by Amazon, you're gonna get it fast. But if it's fulfilled by, like mom and pop,
Yeah,
that could be a risk.
yeah, it's taken forever. I'm gonna have to file a complaint. I was hoping it might just be like a couple days late, but it's beyond even what they estimated.
Were you told to make hustle-styled merch, Krista? I don't understand that. Do you understand that?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand what that means either. Oh, do we all need to take a nap? I'm just playing fast and loose with my health, chat.
You're gonna pay for it.
I feel rested and have received a buff.
I wish I felt like that when I woke up.
We get a speed buff in the morning.
I definitely don't have that.
Oh. Excuse
Krista,
you,
you
sir.
ever ordered from Williams Sonoma?
I have not ordered from them. I feel like I have, but I don't remember when. I think we got some stuff there when we got married. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Like salt and
You're gonna
pepper
adopt
shaker.
that. You gonna adopt that, Spidey?
No. I guess I should make a sword.
I thought you got some iron.
I did.
You saving it for something fancy?
Yeah. Decorative items.
He only wanted to be with you and have love in his life.
Shears. More important.
I watched a lot of those YouTube videos where it's like 17-year-old cat finally finds his forever home. And I love those videos because I love watching the old cats like become kittens again. But then at the end, it's always like rest in peace waffles.
Oh. Rest
Yeah.
in peace, waffles. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it, bitch? Took all your leaves.
Are you talking shit to the tree?
No, there was a skeleton that was hiding under it. Hiding from the sun. And it tried to shoot me, but it burned to death.
Well, Krista, I guess I'll try to grow them back. I don't know why you did that.
Look, wasn't that worth it to use all my iron just to make that?
Your entrance is not symmetrical at all.
Not yet. No, it's not yet. You're right.
Krista read people's whispers. Yeah, she's a moderator.
Yeah, please be careful if you're on the server right now because I don't know if I can turn that off, but I don't know if there's like a streamer mode.
Here's a pro tip, guys. That stuff is running in the server crawl at all times. We can see everything, every sign you create, everything you say. And it's not even just us, it's the Aspies from the forum now too. And
I mean,
God knows what they're logging.
I'm not seeing anything bad, but just as an FYI. If you also met your spouse through Minecraft.
Shasta Mountain Dew is a pretty decent imitation. What they call it, Shasta, they can't call it Mountain Dew. What do they call it?
Dew of the mountain.
Citrus. There's one like Citrus Drop or something like that. I remember that one. And then Mountain Lightning is the standard. I love the they're not as popular anymore, but remember the images where they would show like every Dr. Pepper ripoff stacked up? And it's just staggering how many companies just make Dr. Pepper. Mountain Rush. Krista, women in STEM are reeing in their collective social distance. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Dr. Thunder is Walmart. Dr. Thunder, Mountain Lightning.
Yeah,
I don't know
Dr.
why
Thunder.
those two got the, the opposite or the related names, but they did. Kroger is a different name. Is Kroger still Czech? Do they still have Czech cola?
No, it's not Dr. K, but like, what is it? I used to buy it because I don't care about what brand of soda I drink. Is it no, it's not Special K.
Cereal.
Big K.
And,
Big K.
and a
Yeoman.
horse tranquilizer. Oh yeah, Big K.
Yeah, yeah.
Dr. K.
Oh, that's too high up. It's too high up. Look. No?
If it's one off, you just rebuild the whole thing.
I've messed something up here. Something's not right. Oh, no, I see what I did. I don't have enough dirt to cover that right now, but it's fine.
Why do people name
Beautiful.
drinks after people? Well, I think it's just a gimmick to sell drinks. Did you soda stream yet?
No, I've been looking at them still.
Could that be under the tree?
Probably not. That might be something I buy for myself, but we drink a lot of that type of water in my house, so it would be nice to have.
Problem is, what if it's not as good?
Yeah, that would kind of suck. Then we have to try to find a way to get rid of it.
I've got an idea. What if the soda stream was a prize for the Minecraft server?
And then I give the soda stream to myself.
No, you give it away if it sucks.
Ah. Everyone's like, man, I didn't really want this. And surprise!
There's still syrup in this. Clearly used.
No, I think you just use it to carbonate the water, and then you put the syrup in your carbonated water. Is the way that works.
Sundowser has subscribed. Thank you, Sundowser.
Thank you.
Wait, so the machine does not incorporate the syrups at all?
No, not that I'm aware of. Maybe
Well, you just
maybe I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Which,
so you just like
true.
stir them with a spoon or something?
I guess.
Well, that seems like a bit of a ripoff.
Well, you're just getting the carbonated water.
Is there a drunk level 1 news stream? I mean, we do that every year, but I don't know when we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I think there was some talk about New Year's Eve, maybe? Or New Year's Day?
Yeah, it'd be fine.
I'd rather do it New Year's Eve. I feel like we should do it on a time we have the next day off, because anything less than that, we're not going hard enough.
Yeah. Well, and the end of the year has also just been crazy. Just utter, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody's going on vacation the last couple weeks of the year. They're like, let's get it done now. And it's like, that wasn't the plan.
My soda stream only carbonates. So what? How do you mix in the syrup there, Green Without? Need a drunk game stream? Well, I don't know if I'm going to go into the office or not. It's more convenient not to go into the office to do that, but I feel like those really suffer. But if I do go to the office, then I got to stick around, so then I would have to drunk game stream. Try to get enough cookies in me to sober up.
Yeah, it's actually kind of better to do it from home if we're gonna do the drunk.
And probably vomit.
You ever vomited after a drunk stream?
I haven't vomited from drinking since I was in high school. Wait, that might be a lie. Can't. Oh no, I definitely did in college.
I've never felt bad enough to vomit after drinking.
Actually, I can't believe I blacked this out, but or blocked it out. But actually, I vomited in a bar one time when I was.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got to get like carried home.
Wow.
Yeah, that was. I remember that. Oh, you know what? This is a weird segue, but Cyberpunk. One of the most annoying things about the story is they really rely on the like in and out of consciousness storytelling. But that's exactly what I experienced that night. I remember the girls at the table being like, "Are you gonna do all those yourself?" And yes was the answer. And then like flash, and I'm down on the like face down on the table, and everybody's like really alarmed. And there's a band playing. The band was Raw. I was really interested in seeing Raw, and I did not get to watch Raw. And then like I remember staggering out with people, you know, like an arm over two guys' shoulders as they carried me out. And then I remember like flashing in and out, looking up at streetlights as I was driven home. Oh wait, do it in the glass so you don't have to clean the bottle. Then you slowly turn to mix the syrup. I'm not picturing it.
I don't know, Alex. I've been thinking about getting one just because we buy a lot of sparkling water, and that's probably. I mean, it's fine, but at the same time, it's like, well, we could probably save a little bit of money if we just made it ourselves.
Well, Green Without, if you have one of those, have you had LaCroix? How would you compare?
I mean, we've been buying the off-brand too, not just LaCroix, but LaCroix is my favorite so far.
What? How much cheaper is the off-brand?
The Ice Mountain sparkling water is like
Oh, that's Nestle. You
it's a
got to drink that exclusively.
it's $1 cheaper, I think, to buy that over the LaCroix.
Funny watching streamers' reactions that don't know about the genital thing in Cyberpunk. You're not allowed to show that, are you?
I think if you use the streamer mode, it's all right. Or not like.
But then how would they see? I mean, it's a very pronounced penis and vagina in that. I mean, you know, like the vagina is not as bad because it's kind of like tucked away when you're standing up, but the penis is just right there. And when it spawns in, it like you've seen games where they spawn the enemies in and they kind of like ragdoll a little bit. Like the penis ragdolls a little bit when you change it.
Oh.
I've seen them do it, so you're allowed. That doesn't mean you're allowed. It means nobody's found it yet. There's a vagina. Yeah, you can. Your character's genitalia are separate from everything else, so you can make your character have whatever genitalia they want, without changing the quote-unquote gender of the character. The vagina. You know what? I didn't try to make a female character. They let you change the size of the penis. I wonder if they let you change the vagina in some way.
What's crazy is like they spent so much time on that, and it's like, does that really add anything to the game?
Well, it was supposed to be pandering, but it backfired because you're never going to make that crowd happy. And they were angry about it no matter what. upset about the lack of a pubic hair attribute. Considering the trend with pubic hair right now, do you really think there's going to be a lot of it in the future? If we have the technology to remove your eyes and change them out for bionics, I think we'll probably have a pretty good hair removal process by then.
Oh, everyone's sleeping. Oh, poop.
Oh, Chrissy, you're ruining the experience.
Oh, nope, never mind. Oh, but look, I have a status effect. Oh, I did. It was like, you didn't sleep, so you're tired.
Can you sleep during the day to alleviate that?
No, you cannot. You can only sleep when it's nighttime.
What if it gives you +5 armor? What, pubic hair? I mean, I guess if I was going to be
In
engaging
combat.
in battle, yeah.
Oh no. It's a bad time happening in the raid right now.
What's going on?
I don't know. I can just hear someone in his guild screaming. I can hear it through my husband's headphones.
This is
Across the
the
room.
perfect time. You've never had a more opportune time to pull that power cord.
Oh, I would never do that. That'd be like him pulling the power cord when I'm in the middle of a competitive Overwatch game. You just don't do that.
Exactly. Hilarious.
You're letting your teammates down.
Yes, JWD. Apparently, there's a plug-in so that not everybody has to sleep, just like a majority. But Krista didn't participate, so she's been punished.
Yeah, the game gives you a debuff. I usually run over and use the spawn bed, or the little guest house bed that's over there.
How strong do you think Superman's pubic hair was? So I think the canon, at least the comic book canon for Superman, is that he shaved using his laser vision because, of course, a regular razor could never penetrate his super hair. So I imagine he probably did that to his genital region as well.
It's going to a weird place today.
Although, if you had super hair, the stubble itself could probably be dangerous, right?
I would think.
So you got to really be careful. I mean, you make love to your wife Lois, and you stand up, and her pelvis is covered in blood.
Oh no.
Can you reflect the lasers? Yes, you do that in the mirror, obviously. How else would you shave with it? Ernomus, the whole idea of Superman's ejaculate being deadly to Lois was explored in some of the various Superman lore. For a while, they were celibate for that very reason.
Wasn't that explored in the Twilight series as well?
I've never seen the Twilight series.
I seem to
Did they
recall
never-
people
they-
freaking out when the girl married the vampire, Edward. Because they got married and then it was like, in the book she just passes out and then it's like, oh, you're pregnant. And it's wait, what?
Wait, so is that insinuating that it happened when she was unconscious, or?
Or like, I don't know. I've only read other people's takes on it. I haven't read the book, so I don't actually know, but it sounds like he's just so powerful and so good that like she just passed out. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're pregnant.
Oh, you mean like the orgasm was so earth-shattering?
I
Like his
guess.
lovemaking was so...
Yeah.
Okay. What I would like to think that what actually happened there is that he used his vampire charms to render her unconscious, and it turns out he's just always been a huge cuck, and he brought in a stud
Oh.
to actually get her pregnant. The Bill Cosby strategy. Bill Cosby is secretly a vampire.
Anybody read any good books lately? I read, what is the name of it? What Are People For by Wendell Berry, like a month or two ago. And it was really good.
Is that a novel or?
It's just like a book of essays. And it's by a guy who lives around here. It's just really good.
I remember one time when Hastings was at the other place. We went there one day and there was a local author and he had the table and like his books were just stacked all the way to the ceiling. But it was clear that all the piles of books were untouched.
Oh.
And he was just sitting there and no one cared. No one was there. And I felt a special kind of pity for that man because that has to be one of the slowest running of time in your life when you're sitting and no one cares about your local book.
When is Wendell writing The Joy of Computing?
I don't know.
Well,
Not enough hours in the day.
Yes, do you think you could write a book, or like, do you think you would need like? I guess you'd probably need an editor. Everyone needs an editor, but like, do you think you would need someone to help like ghostwrite it for you, or like help you with like an outline, or?
No, I could probably write it. I could probably use some help, like if there's an experienced author with like outlining stuff, because the order in which my brain does things is a little weird. And so that can be difficult for me to organize information in a way that I can convey it that makes sense. Everybody needs an editor. I definitely would need an editor, but I could probably write a book.
Krista, did you just steal those flagstones?
Yeah. I'm just moving them.
Yeah, I couldn't help but notice you're moving them into your base.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just expanding the road.
The old post-collapse Roman way, huh?
That's fine. It's fine.
Is Krista the only one playing? Not on the server, but of the three of us, yes.
Warrior Red Valley Road.
How fucked up would it be if Superman was a gay serial rapist? Yeah, that would be fucked up because I don't think we could stop him.
I'll keep humanity safe, but there's a price.
Oh, it's a horrible press.
Is that volunteer or do we draft men into that?
It might be dealer's choice.
You gotta be real careful what you post on the gram because old Clark might take a liking to it. What if Batman became a black trans woman? He probably will the next time around. Oh, look at this.
Is he the guy from the video, the dancing guy? Is that who his character's supposed to be? From the
I don't know
memes?
the video.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah. I do love those memes.
Well, my cats are.
Oh, it's
Freaking out.
11:30. Wow, yeah.
You didn't accomplish a whole lot tonight, Chris. Your building style is. Wait a minute. Is it symmetrical?
It is.
This is a very Pizza Hut style.
Yeah, it's like a little cottage. I'll have a fireplace and stuff on one side. I was using the dirt to make sure that it was symmetrical. I may put some dormers in. We'll see.
Well, chat. I think we've definitely seen. I have a top 5. Not that my vote matters, but I definitely have seen some that have impressed me tonight. I've seen some that frankly didn't.
Oh, yeah, I've seen quite a few that I'm interested to see how they continue. There's some on the leaderboard in my head, but you know, there's still lots of time to continue building. So There's
So
some
yeah,
holes in that house. There are some holes in that house. Yeah, feel free to join, chat. I'll probably be on building myself for a while. Maybe
I
not
think it's
tonight.
like,
Yeah, but
isn't it full at this point?
it probably is.
Oh yeah. Also, chat. We have possibly Sunday night is probably just going to be one of us because Wendell has some stuff to do. What do you guys think? Do you want to watch an in progress cyberpunk build, or we could do some slashers keep? Or I mean, Krista, if you want to continue doing this, you could also do that.
That's fine. Oh, I thought you were gonna. Were you gonna try Cyberpunk, or were you like not wanting to stream that because the
Well,
music kind of makes up part of the experience, right?
I'm throwing it out here to the chat, see what they're into. I just wasn't sure if this was on the table.
No, I'd be fine to do this.
Oh, there's the generic Canadian.
Everyone's saying Cyberpunk.
Watch all of that in whatever order. All right, everybody in the chat is saying CP, which I assume is not child pornography, but in fact cyberpunk.
Let's hope so. There's an FBI agent just had like an alarm blare off while he's trying to sleep. He's like, oh shit. But it's always Cyberpunk. That's the problem right now.
No spoilers. I'm not super far into the game, but then you know, you don't have to take it all in linear fashion, so I could definitely spoil stuff for you. It's just a risk you'll have to take, I guess. Although I do love, I want to stream some Slashers Keep eventually. That game is very interesting. It's a little frustrating on how hard it is. Krista, that guy asked if you needed help.
Oh no, I'm fine. Thank you. I was too busy running back and forth reading the chat. The Twitch chat. I don't want to get that debuff, so I'm gonna sleep.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. And you know, get yourself some Minecraft time in there. You've seen what you have to defeat. I would say use Mushroom House and the White House and what was the other impressive one?
Oh, there were several. There was one that was like a modern house with a garage. The inside wasn't done yet, but the outside looked really cool. And
Should
then
you buy Cyberpunk, you should immediately. Don't even think about it. And I don't even need to know what your hardware is. It doesn't matter if you can run it. Just buy it. Oh, the underwater.
yeah, underwater house. There was also, I think this one started off interesting. Horse Noodle, the one he's working on, that looks like it's going to be like some sort of outdoor, like desert market kind of thing. That looked cool.
And the tree. I'm gonna go. I've changed my mind. I'm putting underwater house #1 right now. That's my leader. And I think I go with the big palatial house on the hill over the tree, but it's a small margin.
There's so many good ones. I'm not really sure.
Cyberpunk is $60 on PC, although some people I saw commenting that there's no region lock on GOG. So if you can get the Russian one, you can still play in English, and it's really cheap.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. Come play on the server.